What's up, everybody? Gotta get the nicotine pouch going. All right. All right. What's up, everybody? Yeah. Happy Friday. It's the weekend, boys. We made it. We're still alive, and hopefully some of you don't have to work tomorrow. But I know most of you are working probably weekends as well. So, according to what I've been reading today, it looks like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are threatening to step down if Pam Bondi's not removed or fired or if she resigns. So it seems like the shit is really hitting the fan now. Good. I still am of the opinion they all need to be fired. All three of them need to be replaced. Because, yeah, I don't trust. It seems a little bit of like a let's let Bondi take the fall type thing. Because to me, they've all been a disaster. And now it's like, oh, it's all Bondi's fault. So Bondi made you say all those things? Bondi made you come on and go, he definitely killed himself. And Bondi forced you to do that? It's all Bondi's fault? I say fire all of them. Fire all of them. What's up, everybody? P-Money, Cannabis Review. John McCarter. Zatochus Cane Sword. Zatoichus Cane Sword. Zato, you're awesome, but your name is hard to say, brother. What's up, everybody? Let's get to it. Let's see what we got. Let's go to the full screen react and get this off. My intro, let's get that out of there. Let's get this out of here. Why is this? Oh, yeah, so my bookmarks. We'll get to that. We're also going to talk about why you should not go to McDonald's anymore. Why McDonald's is becoming a little too dangerous to risk it, you know? So that's going to be the second half of the show. But I'll just go ahead and read what Liz Wheeler is saying here. But she's not the only one reporting this. The Axios story is true. AG Pam Bondi and Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino had a yelling match in the White House over Bondi's egregious mishandling of the Epstein files. Apparently, Bongino's realizing like his whole image and career has been destroyed overnight, and he's not happy about it. Yeah, you guys were beloved. Bongino, especially. Bongino was really beloved. He had a huge show. Kash Patel, MAGA loved him. Now you guys are a joke. And I think they're not very happy with how this is turning out. Bondi believes she's done nothing wrong. Well, fine, believe that. But believe that as you step down and get the fuck out of here. Even with the infamous Epstein binders, it's almost like Bondi is trying to make everybody look stupid. It's almost like she's doing it on purpose. Bongino is infuriated, and rightly so. He recognizes that the Epstein files represent justice to the base. The justice they voted for when they voted for President Trump. Bondi's files and false promises are destroying trust, undermining justice, and it's all a self-inflicted wound thanks to Bondi. All right, so Liz is probably going along with this. I don't know. Maybe it is all Bondi's fault. Maybe it's all her. Let's just blame everything on her. Sure seems like Trump, Bongino, and Kash Patel all had their hand in this. And maybe this is a last-second pivot to like, well, let's just all blame it on Bondi, and then maybe we can get past this, and we'll tell people, oh, we're going to reinvestigate this. There might be more coming down the pipeline, but we're firing Bondi for now.
Became a member.
And then we hear nothing for the rest of the term. Watch. Midwest, welcome to the team, brother. Thank you. So yeah, it seems like they might be throwing her under the bus.
Breaking news. Kash Patel is being reported that Kash Patel has notified that if Dan Bongino resigns because of Pam Bondi's mishandling, of which he's now publicly saying is Pam Bondi's mishandling of the Epstein files, that he, Kash Patel, will step down as director of the FBI to follow Dan. If I can just give you the way I think the system works, right? I would assume that Dan and Kash got some sign-off before they made those statements, right? I don't think those are random statements. Here's why why do you think there's movement right now? Is there movement from this afternoon, from yesterday? You agree that there's movement? You can see movement. You know why there's movement? No, special prosecutor. You've raised the stakes and said, we want a special prosecutor. We won't take anything else. We want to directly report to the United States. And now you're seeing the machinery starting to work. Well, upon further review, right? So do you guys still want a special prosecutor?
Are they, is their movement, are they like realizing they screwed up and trying to actually fix this? Or are they just playing cover our ass, let Bondi take the fall, and then we'll keep promising more information until time's up and then we move on? If you want to really fix this, yeah, a special prosecutor, I say I've been saying this for a while. I think Cernovich is saying this as well. Just let a bunch of journalists in and give them unfettered access to all the documents. Obviously, make it clear you can't, you got to be careful with victims. You can't be, putting victims on blast and re-victimizing them. Obviously, we all agree with that. But let them go in there, give them unfettered access to everything, and let them do their job. And I'm sure they'll probably figure out things and come up with some scoops that everybody else isn't coming up with, that the government missed. I say that's the way to do it.
Do you want
But
Dan,
I'm open to hear other ways.
Cash to resign, right?
Yeah, I actually
Remember
do.
how hard
I
it
want
was
them all
to
to
get Cash
resign.
confirmed? Remember how many, first off, you guys
Fire
did
'em.
Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth. Wow, Pete's going to...
So they think that they're just going to spin this to all be Bondi's fault, and then somehow Kash Patel and Bongino, everybody's going to forgive them, and you can save them too if you sacrifice Bondi. Nah, get rid of all of them.
be here this afternoon, I think. Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. We had no easy
But Tulsi's doing fine. No, Tulsi's doing good.
ones, right? There were no easy ones. Could we have gotten Matt Gaetz confirmed as Attorney General? You think so? Did Matt Gaetz get tossed to the wayside too early? You agree with that, right?
Yeah, well, how about we get rid of Bongino, bring in Matt Gaetz?
What do we
Get rid of Bondi, bring back Matt Gaetz. How about that? Let's try that. I mean, it can't hurt.
say at the beginning there? Remember before Thanksgiving we said everybody that's nominated is going to take their position, right? And everybody that held their nomination got confirmed, right? Why was that? Because of you guys. Remember, they fear you. Think about it a second. Remember the AI bill. The AI bill, there's a great story, if we can get it out. The Verge, right, which is a high-tech magazine, has the inside baseball account that's brilliantly written by one of the young reporters.
This audio has like somebody in the background talking. It's this audio. It's not me.
I'll push it
Just
out
so
for
you know.
everybody to read. It's the inside baseball of what happened on the AI moratorium. At 10 o'clock that morning when Mike Davis came on, that deal was dead. They had already gotten a compromise. They were good to go. It's because Mike Davis came on War Room and fired you guys up. They said the carpet bombing of the Senate was something they'd never seen before. And people were irate. All of those senators immediately, even the hardest core guys on tech, said, hey, told Ted Cruz, look, dude, this is your thing, right? All the oligarchs are in back of it. These people are worked up right now. We don't want to face the wrath of it. You sure it's only 3 votes? And that's why he put out the tweet later. Hey, they've only got 3 votes, and it's a long night ahead. We'll be able to get this. At 1 o'clock in the morning, they went to the President of the United States. The oligarchs did, and Ted Cruz, and begged for some reinforcements. You know what the president said? Yeah, I don't think so. I think we'll let this one play out. You know why? He understands where his base is, right?
It's funny. With the Iran shit went down, and a lot of us were like, nah, we have to say something. We can't let Trump become George Bush 2.0. He's got to know this is not the right move, and he's going to ruin his legacy, and he's going to lose a ton of support. And then the panic, and then when he changed and fucking pulled a 180 and was all of a sudden trying to force a peace deal, the panicans were acting like it had nothing to do with so many of the MAGA crowd getting irate online and putting pressure on. Oh, you think you had some? Well, I mean, you definitely didn't. If it was up to the rest of the MAGA that was like, oh, trust the plan, have faith, we'd probably be in a regime change situation with Iran right now. So what else? What other choice do we have? Thank God for the Trump supporters who aren't just fucking going to ride the train to wherever it goes. They're going to stand up and go, hey, are we going in the right direction? I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. It pisses me off when they started calling me a panicking bunch of pussies. Bunch of bootlickers calling people who stand up for what they believe panicans. It's a dumb fucking term too, dude. Now let's move on. We got a lot with this Epstein shit. Alex Jones, FBI director missing, Dan Bongino planning to resign in the coming days in response to DOJ Epstein case attempted cover-up. I wonder what's going to end up happening. I wonder if they're going to actually, because Kash is saying he's going to resign too if they don't get rid of Bondi. So I think at this point, Bondi's definitely gone. The question is, can Bongino and Patel be salvaged? I think not. I think they both need to be replaced, but I know that's easier said than done.
When this whole Epstein cover-up whitewash broke just a few days ago, seems like 100 years ago, I told...
Well, Epstein and Bannon, Elon and Bannon hate each other. Someone said that Elon said Bannon was on the list. I mean, he could be, dude. That could be what's going on, is a lot of these people in the Trump administration have blackmail on them. That could be what's going on. But I don't know, man. I know Elon and Bannon are always at each other's throats, so it's hard to take what they say seriously about each other.
Everybody, this is a big scandal, ladies and gentlemen. And I told you it came right from the top, from Trump, for whatever reason he wants to move on. Never seen any evidence he's connected to Epstein. But regardless, we were told all this stuff was coming out. Now we're told it never existed, when we know a ton of stuff does exist. But I told you this wasn't just going to blow over. And the fact that they handled this way was going to create a giant Streisand effect. Well, now it has. And this morning I came out and said, looks like Bongino's going to resign. I believe he will.
Alex sounds really tired here, man. You're on vacation. Get some rest, Alex.
I think it's overall because he's got integrity. And it's not even about Trump. It's just about the way things have been handled and where this is going. Trump is doing so much good. His administration is doing so much good. Tom Homan, Robert Kennedy Jr., Maha, trying to stop the wars. It's so important.
By the way, we got a clip of RFK admitting he'd flown on Epstein's plane 2 times. There are some things about RFK Jr. that he's kind of flipping on some things now that he's the head of the health or whatever. Then you find out he was on the plane a couple times. He knew Epstein. It's like, how deep do these tentacles go? Hopefully, RFK Jr., that was it. Hopefully you just accepted a ride a couple times, and that's the extent of your relationship. But damn, if it was me and I was if I was Trump hearing that, I might want to just make sure nobody in my cabinet has never even been on the fucking plane. Why not? Why even take a risk?
But this attempt to say never talk about Epstein again, move along, these aren't the droids you're looking for, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, is backfiring. And now the Democrats want hearings. It's just all going completely insane. The answer to all of this is to just put the information out. The answer is to tell the truth. Let the chips fall where they may. Yes, it can kill the stock market. Yes, it's going to bring down a lot of powerful people. But those are the powerful people that set up this corrupt system.
I agree, dude. The whole argument that, this would destroy the country, it would destroy the whole... if that's the case, it needs to be destroyed. If the system that we have right now is protecting child predators and fucking disgusting people like that, or using children to get blackmail on people, if the government has something to do with that, then that system needs to be brought down. And guess what? We'll survive without you. Okay, you can go to jail. We'll find someone else to run things. We don't fucking need you.
We didn't elect Trump to play half measures. We didn't elect Trump to sit there and take over the establishment. We elected him to demolish the establishment. Trump didn't save him in Butler and take him through all these crises to then just take over the establishment, try to dismantle it that way. No, we want the whole thing to come crashing down for the whole world to see as an example to future tyrants. If we don't do that, God's going to judge us, probably the nuclear hellfire. That's my view on it. What do you think below? But I believe Bongino will be gone by Monday. What do you think?
Well, so I guess if it's that quick, is he saying he's going to resign by Monday if Bondi is not stepping down? Look, if I had if I had to choose, I would choose Bongino and Kash over Bondi. But if I had ultimate authority, I'd fire all 3 of them. I think all 3 of them have been a disaster. They've had chances to step up, but they went along with it. And when it became very unpopular, and they realized how unpopular it was that they were going, that they went along with this, and that they basically ruined their image. Now they have a problem. Now that their image is ruined, and the American people didn't just go, "Oh, I trust Bongino and I trust Kash," and now you have a problem, and now you want to resign. You should have had a problem before when you were told to do this shit. When you were told to go against what you've been saying this entire time and what you know is the right thing to do. That's what you should have stood up and said, look, I'm going to speak the truth. Fire me if you want. But now that your credibility has taken a hit, now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. Now that your live podcast is probably going to have half the numbers. Oh, now it's a problem. Now it's a fucking problem. Okay. So now AG Pam Bondi said she has no intention of stepping down and is quite proud of the department's work so far. This bitch. Oh my God. So yeah, she says she's not going anywhere. So I'm guessing she's going to need to be fired to be gotten rid of. I don't know. Some more Bannon.
They're laughing at us. The only way we do this is to tell them nothing else happens until we take this on. If we don't take down the deep state in this term, it's over. This is America's last chance.
Exactly. He's saying exactly what I would say there. Like, this is our chance to actually fucking hopefully do some major damage to this corruption that's behind the scenes running things. And if we don't do something now, I don't think it's ever going to be done. Here's another Bannon clip.
It's not about just a pedophile ring and all that. This is about who governs us, right? And that's why it's not going to go away. For this to go away, can we blow the brake, by the way? Can we blow the brake, guys? For this to go away, you're going to lose 10% of the MAGA movement. If we lose 10% of the MAGA movement
I think it's going to be more than 10%.
Right now, we're going to lose 40 seats in 26. We're going to lose the president. They don't even have to steal it, which they're going to try to do in 28, because they're going to sit there and they've disheartened the hardest core populist nationalists that's always been who governs us.
Well, at least Bannon's sounding good about this. He's sounding like he's got the right message. And this is what I was talking about earlier. RFK. I think we've all known this for a while, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. And it might explain, because he's flipping on the vaccines. He's flipping on all kinds of things.
You weren't ever on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
I think what? Waters, you know the answer to that question. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times. I was on it in 1993, and I was on it and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter. My wife had some kind of relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell. And
his wife was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell? What? I mean, he said they had some kind of relationship. He doesn't want to say they were friends, but what kind of relationship would they have? Sounds like they were fucking friends.
And they offered us a ride to Palm Beach, so I went then, and then on another occasion.
I know this is not new, Joseph Benson, but this is... I'm playing this because this very well could be why everything's being pushed under the rug now. Is because as much as we like the Trump side and the MAGA side, as much as they're better than the left, there's a lot of them that might have been on that plane and just, have some connection to Epstein. Maybe some of them are innocent, but they know if it comes out, their name's going to be tied to it and they're going to be pushed through the mud. Probably a lot of them aren't innocent and might have got up to some funky stuff on that island. Who knows? But why the fucking 180 all of a sudden? Could very easily be. There's a lot of people that are blackmailed.
I flew again with my family, with I think 4 of my children, and Mary, my wife, to Rapid City, South Dakota, to go fossil hunting for a weekend. And
he flew on Epstein's plane to go fossil hunting. Is that code word for something else? Fossil hunting. Who the fuck goes fossil hunting? I mean, I guess it's a little believable with RFK Jr. because he likes picking up lizards and like kissing them and shit. He's just whatever random animal he can grab and fondle. He loves that. So yeah.
But otherwise, I was never on his jet alone. I've been very open about this from the beginning. This was in '93, so it was 30 years ago. It was before anybody knew about Jeffrey Epstein's, his nefarious issues. And I agree with you that all of this information should be released. And we should get real answers on what happened to Jeffrey Epstein and any of the high-level political people that he was involved with. All of that should be open to the public. It should be.
Yeah, if you're somebody, okay, let's say RFK, maybe it was innocent. Maybe he didn't realize that this billionaire had all this shit going on behind the scenes. He's like, oh, it's just another rich guy that wants to let me use his plane because they want to get close to the Kennedys. Oh man, it must be good to be a Kennedy. Oh, I need to fly to fucking Florida. Oh, well, this billionaire wants to suck your dick because you're a Kennedy, so you get a free fucking private jet to go to fucking Florida. Maybe it was one of those situations. Maybe. But yeah, you should still want everything to come out so you can clear your name. Even if what comes out reveals, hey, I did have some contact with Epstein and I did fly. You should still want it all to come out. Because if you're innocent, hopefully whatever comes out will eventually exonerate you.
Be absolutely transparent, and I don't see why any of those records would have any redactions in them. Why would we be hiding that from the American public?
Well, at least he's saying that. But let's make RFK Jr. Attorney General, and let's put him in charge of releasing the Epstein files, and let's see if he flips all of a sudden when it's his job to release them. Weird how that works. Everybody's for releasing them until they are in charge of releasing them, and then they flip. And all of a sudden, oh, there's nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. He killed himself, thousands of victims, but it was only Epstein. They trafficked to nobody, even though they're guilty of trafficking. I like RFK Jr., and, it's just like, damn, you just had to be on that plane, didn't you? Just makes it hard to trust when you've been on the plane. Here's Liz. Did Liz Wheeler used to work on InfoWars? Some reason her name and everything about her is familiar, but she used to work for InfoWars, didn't she?
This is what I told President Trump yesterday. The reason people care about this story is not necessarily because they care about Epstein, the person himself. It's not because they care about Epstein's list itself. It's because of what it represents. We voted for President Trump because we want justice. We want justice for.
I think in the 90s there is a little island I went to, but nobody lives there. How do you even explain it? It's between Port Aransas and Aransas Pass. You can go you could take a little boat and there's these little islands, and apparently Blackbeard used to hide out in these islands. But yeah, you can go just take your boat to the island and walk around. But yeah, that's just a little island of nothing. That's the only island I've ever been on.
Everything. We want justice for Russiagate. We want justice for censorship. We want justice for January 6th. We want justice for COVID. We want justice for FBI targeting of parents and Catholics and pro-lifers. We want justice for the phony Ukraine impeachment. We want justice for all.
Is it Fox Island? Sounds familiar, Goober. But yeah, it's what is it? In Aransas Pass, where they used to have all the shrimping boats. Aransas Pass used to be the shrimping capital of the world. And there's God, it's been so long since Con Brown Harbor is what it's called. And then we took a boat from there, and there's all these little islands right off there. And then we just pulled up and walked around, and it was kind of hard to walk because it was just a weird fucking island that nobody was on.
All of these egregious abuses of power.
Fox Island sounds familiar for some reason.
The weaponization of the federal government against us. We've been hurt. Defending President Trump and the America First agenda that we share with him, we have been hurt and we want justice. Justice does not mean pushing these.
Yeah, North Padre Island. I don't know. I've been to is Port Aransas an island? So maybe I've been on other islands.
Crimes into the past and simply moving forward. Justice means accountability. And accountability means identifying the people who committed the crimes, indicting them, arresting them, and putting them on trial. And when we see the Department of Justice, again, tell us, okay, well, this Epstein case, which a lot of people feel is foundational, a bad crime was committed, maybe politicians, rich and powerful people were involved, and so he was held to a different standard of justice. When they see this, they feel that this is injustice. They feel they are not getting justice. Combine that with the fact that Pam Bondi's Department of Justice, they've done a lot of good things. I support many of the things that she has done. However, on these really, really pivotal issues, I mentioned a couple of them a second ago, we haven't seen the justice that we voted for. And so it really resonates deeply and viscerally with his base, many of whom are viewers of my show, that this is not the correct course for him.
Yeah, they got to do something, man, because this is sinking the whole fucking ship. To be honest, here's one where it's like RFK says, I didn't know what Epstein was up to, but according to Cindy McCain, John McCain's wife, everybody knew what he was up to.
Plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing, but we had no one that was
They all knew about him. They all knew what he was doing. She says that, and then she kind of goes. She does that thing where you say something that you realize you weren't supposed to say it, so you kind of, fuck. What do I do now? Okay, I guess I just keep talking.
legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
So everybody knew what he was doing, but none of the legal entities would go after him because they were all afraid of him. Because he worked for intelligence. That's why. That's Cindy fucking McCain, John McCain's wife, his widow, literally saying it out loud. But now we're going to pretend like, oh, no, guys, he was just doing it by himself, and the government was covering for him, I guess, but just because he was rich. That's it, just because he was rich. Not because he was working with them. And then Bill O'Reilly, this is the cope that they were pushing before. This is we can't release it because it will destroy innocent people.
I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another.
Zato, it's absolutely sinking the MAGA ship. If you don't see that, you're not paying attention or you're coping, bro. This thing is going to sink MAGA. If they continue the way they're going, you can kiss the midterms goodbye, and you can kiss the next election goodbye. You can. That's sinking the ship, brother. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. They need to fucking pivot real quick and get back to transparency that they promised us.
If that name gets out, those people are destroyed because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about context. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings by putting.
This is good. Oh, we can't bring justice to evil people because there might be innocent people that are hurt. Well, then how about you just release the information and let people figure it out? I'm sure if you give people all the data, people will figure it out eventually. Yeah, there might be a few missed calls where people go, oh, this person was involved, and then further digging, people go, okay, actually, it looks like he was innocent. He had nothing to do with it. Either way, we need fucking transparency, dude.
Putting out the files, whatever they may be. I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files.
I mean, if that's the case, if Trump's implicated, then yeah, we'll never get this. And that's the problem. That's the problem. If you're not going to be transparent, you're not going to release the files. Many people, including myself, well, I'm going to wonder, but other people are going to be like, oh, this is for sure Trump's got dirt on him. Trump was involved somehow with Epstein. They got something on him. People are going to think that. So either way, you're fucked. You don't release it, people are going to assume they got some dirt on you, Trump. So what option do you have? Just release it. Just fucking release it.
In the King files. It was all.
Sorry, we watched this already. Yeah, okay. We can't release it. Innocent people will be hurt. I think this one might be a little bit. I mean, obviously the way they handled this video was wrong, but the editing, I mean, it's clear to me that they recorded this. They had someone record the monitors, and they probably had to edit out, like think about it. If I'm going to spend 11 hours recording a monitor, maybe there are points where I fucking pause it and take a break. You know, maybe there are points where whatever, you pull out the one tape and then pull on the next tape or whatever. So the fact that there's like a little bit of editing, it's not surprising, but they really should have just downloaded the footage directly from the source and released that instead of doing it this way, because it just makes it all fucking sloppy. And by the way, they should have just said, look, we got this video, but this video proves nothing, but here you go. You can have it, but it doesn't really tell us anything definitively. Instead, they released this video like it was the end-all, be-all that would show everything we needed. Metadata shows the footage from Jeffrey Epstein's cell that was released by the DOJ was edited with Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use. Stitched from 2 clips. You want to sponsor me, Adobe Premiere Pro? Come on, brother. Stitched from 2 clips and was saved 4 times per Wired. So I wonder if the missing minute is where they switch tapes or some shit. I don't know. Maybe that's why there's 2. I don't think this is as big of a. I think the big actual problem with this video is that it was touted to be like some sort of evidence that would prove something, and then it turned out to prove nothing. I don't think the fact that it was edited after the fact, which is it's a big deal, but at this point it's all just a shit show. And of course there was some editing involved. Fucking hell, man. This is why the ship is sinking, Zato.
So what's it going to be, Charlie Kirk?
Can we pan to the audience? I'm curious. How many of you, raise your hand, think this is a big deal, the Epstein thing? Would you raise your hand? So, I mean, every hand has gone up.
It's a big deal. And it's not a big deal because the left it's a big deal because Trump's own movement is not happy about this. And it's just like Bannon said, you will lose 10%. I think it could be more of the MAGA base. And then good luck winning any future elections after that. This guy, Adam, yeah. There's not very many people trying to pull what Adam's trying to pull here because it's just not a good look.
Not like, I got to get the flight logs, bro. I got to know. And I'm not saying that that's how you operate, but I think there's a lot of losers and brokies that are obsessed.
Guys, like a lot of you guys like to complain about the ads. Welcome to YouTube in 2025. Welcome to YouTube. I don't control the ads. YouTube puts the ads when they put the ads. I put it on balanced. I have a setting I can go like no ads, balanced, or like aggressive ads. I just put it on balance. I let YouTube do what it wants to do. Maybe think about getting premium because that's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants all you fuckers to buy premium. So it's going to flood your ass with ads to the point where you get so frustrated you will buy premium. Sorry, but that's not me. That's YouTube.
With stuff like this. These are the same people that instead of going home and working out and building a business and doing things with their life, they're Netflix and chilling, or they're just doom scrolling all day. And there's so many people.
The other thing you guys don't realize, if you don't turn on ads, you get less distribution. So if I turn off ads and there's no money being made, YouTube's not going to share it the same way content that is making money. So it just is what it is, man. It sucks. That's why I have fucking premium, so I don't deal with ads.
People that I think obsessed with things.
Maybe you could investigate other options that might actually work. Although, I'm not telling you anything. I'm just hint. There are other things you could do that you should not do. But yeah.
That they have no control
Adam,
over.
I get it, but I get where you're coming from. But Adam, that guy that's drinking Mountain Dew in his trailer and sitting there who's American patriot.
Yeah, B says it's not the flight logs we want, it's his blackmail client list. I want everything. I don't want just and who knows if he kept the list, to be honest. He might have fucking actually just kept it in his head. How hard would that be to keep it in your head? Everybody you blackmailed. I don't know. Who knows? I just want everything they have released. I want everything they have released to the public so the public can go through it up to the point of like you don't want to make life any harder for the victim. So you got to be careful with that. But other than that, I want everything released.
That
everything they have.
Pays his taxes and has kids and a family. Adam, he wants to know if the government that he's living under is controlled by foreign countries because they have tapes of them raping fucking underage kids. Adam, it's not a shiny little thing. No, Adam,
I don't think
it's not a shiny little thing in the air.
Everything you were right. Everything you were right. Everything you said is accurate, other than the word controlled.
They are controlled.
The intelligence community. Adam, I don't know anything about this.
Adam,
they communicate.
You didn't hear the CIA guy from yesterday. Adam, think about this. Adam, if you are comfortable with Mossad, which is Israel, or Russia, or anybody, their blackmail ring, their operation. Think about this, Adam. Would you be comfortable as a country going, you know what? Epstein's our guy. We own him. Lex Wester, all this money, he's a billionaire. Let's wire everything, bring everybody there to have sex with underage kids because it's the island and whatever. And we're going to use that to get what we want. CIA, Mossad, anybody. How disgusting and evil. If you really think about that, step back from who it is. I don't give a shit who it is, Adam. If that is your operation, holy shit, you are one of the most evil, disgusting unit operation, period. And for those little people, Adam, the ones that you think are stupid that are sitting there, they don't just want the flight logs. They want everybody that's involved to fucking go down, period. Accountability. It's simple.
To me, it's just a whole lot of noise and there's not a lot of signal. It's like, all right, yeah, can we stay focused on the fact that the Wuhan lab that was in Wuhan when there was a lab leak? And
so you would just, we got to stop talking about it is what you're saying. So we got to just go, just accept what Trump tells us. You know, oh, why are you still talking about this? Yeah, everybody's pissed off because it's insulting. It's insulting to all of a sudden turn around and say, oh, there's no files, and actually he killed himself after you said the exact opposite for fucking years. It's insulting, dude. It's insulting.
Basically took over the world.
And they could have easily avoided this by saying like, or just not even answering the questions. Just keep saying, hey, we're working on it. There's a lot of files. And then, eventually maybe people would stop talking about it. But then, to come out and give us this bullshit and present it as if this is going to tell us something and then lie to us and say the video shows this and shows that when it shows absolutely fucking nothing. It's insulting. And it's the most insulting to the base that supports them because, a lot of people supporting MAGA have had their lives shat on for simply supporting you fuckheads. And then you come in and you fuck us over after we put our asses on the line to have your back, after we lost jobs, we lost friendships, we got demonetized, we got banned. And then you're going to be like, oh, dude, why are you upset? Of course we're fucking upset because you're shitting on us, dude. You're shitting on us. That's why we're upset.
That is way more important.
I posted something on Epstein. You caused it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not more important than the fact that a blackmail operation might be pulling the fucking strings on our government and actually running things. That might be the most important thing of all. If you want your government to run well, you need fucking people that aren't blackmailed and basically puppets of other people because they did some shit that they don't want to ever come out. All right? That's pretty fucking important. It's important to know that we're actually running our own country. And somebody else, some other fucking entity isn't pulling the strings because you fuckers couldn't say no to some young pussy,
What's important
to our audience, Epstein's and Mossad CIA ties is number one.
More than COVID. I gotta tell you, there's some
and then Ben Shapiro tried to tell us, actually Epstein and all that, it's at the bottom of if you took a poll, it's at the bottom. Nobody cares about it. It's bullshit, dude. It's up there at the top. It's always been up there at the top. So PBD did a 6,300 votes. Okay, you could throw it out if you want. But yeah, Epstein's Mossad CIA files, 50%. And that's probably going up now because you guys dropped the ball so bad. It's becoming a bigger deal than it ever was before.
Losers out there.
They're all, he says they're losers. People that are obsessed with this are losers. Okay, maybe you've been on the fucking plane, Vinny. Or Adam, sorry, got him wrong. I get those two confused. And so Trump's, still doing the Ukraine thing. President Donald Trump is set to invoke presidential authority to expedite the delivery of U.S. weapons to Ukraine. Why are you guys upset? Trust the plan, man. Have faith. It's what? What? We're going to continue funding Ukraine. We're going to continue sending them money. What? Oh, okay. I guess no one cares about that either. Just trust the plan, boys. Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, wouldn't write off the possibility that President Trump was behind the death of his brother Jeffrey. Okay, so now this is opening up doors for the left to have their conspiracies that Trump actually was the one who had Epstein whacked. I mean, it happened under his watch. So yeah, you're just opening the door to all this bullshit by not just giving us whatever the fuck you have so that people can be informed and we can feel like we're getting a little bit of transparency for once. But no, you do that and now everybody's on the left is going to say, well, it must have been Trump who killed Epstein, right? Must have been Trump. Breaking, Representative Tim Burchett believes that the Biden administration most likely destroyed the Epstein files. So they're just back and forth. I'm surprised that this hasn't been the big cope. The big cope has been actually Trump has taken control of the blackmail information and he's now going to use it to rein in the deep state. That's the worst cope. I thought this was going to be the cope. This would have been a more sensible cope that would have been more believable, which would have been, hey guys, sorry, everything's gone now. Looks like the Biden team before they left, they fucking wiped everything clean. That would have been more believable, even if it was a fucking lie. More people would have bought that. Breaking, DOJ and FBI are withholding a treasure trove of information related to Jeffrey Epstein, according to victim attorney Sigrid McCauley. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. I think that's what everybody thinks. Yeah, this is Mark Epstein. Let's see what he says.
There's a lot of facts
Jeffrey Epstein's brother, by the way.
There's a lot of information. People who take the time and really investigate this thoroughly all come to the pretty much conclusion that maybe Trump was behind this.
Wow.
Maybe Jeff was killed to quiet him.
You think President Trump has something to do with Epstein, with your brother being killed?
I wouldn't write that off. Because if you look at all of the evidence we have and all of the facts, not opinions, and all of the facts, that wouldn't be something I would.
No, you're fine, John. Remember, don't take the comments too seriously, John. Hope you're doing good, brother.
I mean, that's an extraordinary thing to say, but there is zero evidence that Donald Trump had anything to do with your brother's death.
Well, somebody did.
That 60 seconds missing, it was me. I went in with my own bare hands. I choked him out, okay? I choked him out. I couldn't stand that little pervert. I couldn't stand that little creep. I'd heard enough. He had to be wiped out. He had to be taken out. Sick man. Couldn't exist on this planet anymore, okay? Couldn't exist. Had to be taken out.
Owen's got a pretty good Trump impression. Yeah, this is what, I mean, of course they're going to run with this. Now it looks, I mean, you just basically, most people were suspicious of the Democrats when it came to the Epstein stuff. Like, we knew both sides were involved, but it seemed like the Democrats were a little more involved. That's out the window now. That's out the window. Now the fucking, you guys own this shit. It's you. The Epstein stink is all over you guys now. Yeah, Alan Dershowitz, he also says that he knows the names on the Epstein list and the Epstein files are being suppressed. And he's another one who was falsely accused by Virginia Jeffrey. And he's another one that says, we need the files released so that it can clear my name. And I think that's the right stance. If you're somebody who's, you know, like RFK or whatever, and you have a connection to Epstein, you're innocent of doing anything crazy like this, you should want the files to come out so that hopefully they exonerate you and the real culprits are brought to light.
This is not an opinion. This is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely on the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know.
Just do it. Just fucking do it. You'll be a hero, dude. Who cares? So what? Just do it.
But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
Just out of curiosity, without names, are these politicians, business leaders, both?
They're everything. And let me tell you, a lot of them are at least.
Jesse, I'm not going to say that he was. I'm not going to say that he was involved. Virginia Jeffrey, she said he was, and then she said, I was probably mistaken, whatever. I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. You know, just not everybody who came close to Epstein obviously was involved in this shit. And that's the part that Trump talks about. Where like, oh, there was a lot of people that were close to him and there's a lot of innocent people's names in there that are going to come out and it's going to wreck innocent people's lives. You know, but yet here is one of those guys who's saying, no, actually release the files. It will help exonerate me. I don't know. I don't know if he was fucking involved, but I know Virginia Guffrey, she recanted her statement. So why would she do that then?
One of them is somebody who was accused. Others are accusers. And the judges have said, if somebody calls themselves a victim, we're not going to give any information about them. But they may not be victims. They may be perpetrators. So we don't have information about false accusers. And we know there have been many false accusers who have accused innocent people for money. And those records are being deliberately, willfully suppressed. And they shouldn't be suppressed. If the accusation is allowed out, so should the material that diminishes the credibility of the accuser. We want total transparency on this. Every single document, no redaction. That's what I've said from day one. I waive any of my rights of privacy. Anything there is about me, I'm happy because it will be exculpatory, because I know I haven't touched a woman other than my wife from the day I met Jeffrey Epstein. I don't even hug people, but I was falsely accused and I was able to prove it. And I was able to prove it through documents. And I want other people to be able to disprove false accusations through documents. But these documents are being suppressed and withheld.
Yeah, everything's possible, guys. Yeah, they could have blackmailed Virginia Jeffrey. She could have been forced to recant, even though she was right. He was involved. All that's possible. I don't fucking know. All I know is she did recant it. So there's that. What's this one? Steve Bannon. Yeah, I remember hearing about this a while back, that Steve Bannon had like 16 hours of recorded interviews with Epstein, but then it never came out, and it still hasn't come out. It needs. Why would you hold on to this? Why wouldn't you fucking put this out? Especially right now when it's such a big item.
Brian Mahoney super chatted $5. Bro, you're not that stupid. The word of the day is cognitive dissonance. Love, your dad.
Brian, I don't know what you're talking about. So whatever I have cognitive dissonance about, you got to be more specific, bro. Thank you for the $5. So yeah, this is the trailer. I don't know why this hasn't come out. I mean, this would be so huge if he put this out. I think he's trying to get it on Netflix or something. He's shopping it around.
Offender Jeffrey Epstein inside a New York City jail.
We were underage. We were little girls. By the time I was 16, I brought him up to 75 girls.
He was glib, and he lived essentially like he was Gatsby. He was an absolutely terrifying person to encounter.
You own an island, right?
True. Thank you very much.
Two islands, the islands of Dr. Moreau.
Correct.
Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire New York businessman whose vast wealth brought an arrogance that knew no limits. He acted as if he could have anything he craved.
Reporting the FBI is now looking into how it can interview Britain's Prince Andrew over his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
I made my living from old thinking, but the future is for the way women think.
The way women think.
That's correct.
Is that not a sop because of all the depravity you've done against young women, and your new sop is that
Guffrey, okay? Guffrey, whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's just a weird fucking last name, dude.
their women's thinking is the future?
No, I've always believed that women would in fact be able to take over. I'm a firm believer and supporter of Time's Up.
Federal.
Remember the Me Too movement, Time's Up? Epstein was the biggest supporter, guys.
Prosecutors said yesterday video of Epstein's jail cell when he made his first suicide attempt no longer exists.
And Jeffrey Edward Epstein.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes. Epstein got away with his crimes because nearly every element of society allowed him to get away with them.
This morning, we're learning new details of the exact cause of death of former registered sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein.
The greatest threat to people put in solitary confinement is they try to kill themselves. Imagine that. You're only in a room for 24 hours, you start to go crazy.
I mean, maybe that's what it was. Maybe the isolation drove him crazy and he killed himself. And he did it with so much force, he was able to break his neck in 3 different places. And somehow, even though he was on suicide watch, he had all the sheets in the fucking, like every sheet in every jail cell was in his fucking cell, it looked like. When you look at the pictures, it's like, how did this guy get so many fucking sheets? I don't even have that many sheets. Like, this guy's in prison. He's got like every type of sheet you could ever fucking possibly want. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he just was driven crazy by isolation in this cushy fucking federal prison that's probably not even that bad. Okay. I don't know, but I want to see this. I don't know why you wouldn't put this out already. He's had this for a long fucking time. And it's just, I heard, and I don't know if I saved it, but there's an interview where he talked about he's shopping it to Netflix and he's like, I don't know, just fucking put it out, dude. Just fucking put it out. All right, remember this guy? The guy that got beat up by the hockey player. This is funny. They got a memorial to the event now. Where he got thrown into the lake. Rest in peace. We fucking cry about it. Bang bang bang. Hilarious, dude. One of the greatest clips of my lifetime. Hypnodio.
Hypnodio stream super chatted $4.99. Someone could waterboard Ghislaine to get the answers.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be a CIA/Mossad/Saudi sanctioned honeypot.
Yeah, I think he was working for anybody that would pay him. I don't think he was working for one specific intelligence agency. I think he was working for all of them. So, like, everybody knew he was the blackmail guy, and you needed blackmail on somebody, you just reach out to him. Maybe he was just working for one intelligence agency, but I think he was, like, basically blackmail for hire. And he was just working with everybody. Anyway, yeah, this guy actually posted a video, too. This is the guy. To be honest, this guy, I mean, this guy's kind of nuts. But, yeah, apparently he got a tiny little black eye, and that's it. He said, a photo has emerged of the man who got tossed in the pond during the viral slow fight. So, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I'm actually surprised because the level of violence that was behind those punches, how loud they were when they hit his head. I'm surprised does like his whole fucking face isn't black and blue. So that's crazy. I wonder if that's even the guy. I wonder if that's even really him. We'll have to find out. It might be somebody
Brian
pretending.
Mahoney super chatted $50.
Well, thank you, Dad.
Money. I'm not a cheap dad. I'm a concerned dad. My boy, Ping, has lost his way.
Oh, okay.
POTUS is ungracefully scrambling to suppress his ties to the sex pest.
That's
Dozens
possible.
Of photos, admissions from Jeff about how close they are, Donald's track record. Wake up.
Look, it's very possible, Brian, but you don't know that. None of us know. That's why we want the fucking files released. And if it turns out Trump was involved, good. I want to fucking know. I don't want to cover that shit up. I want to know everybody involved. If it takes out the whole Republican Party and everybody from the Republican Party has to resign, I am fine with that. But we don't know, Brian. We just don't. We don't. It's all speculation until we get the fucking data. But does it look bad? If the betting odds, did the betting odds go up that Trump's probably more involved than we think? Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, thank you for the 50, Brian. It's very generous of you, brother. But I will. Okay, if you send me 50, I'll call you Dad. But it's so rude to my real dad, Brian. I'm gonna have to call you Unc, bro. I'm gonna have to call you Unc. There were some other videos. Let's get back to the Epstein stuff before we move on to the McDonald stuff. Let me see here. What were the other ones? Here we go. Thank you, Miko.
In addition to chatted $1.99. UFC event at Hole 14 next year.
Can you imagine?
Flag emoji.
Can you imagine? We're going to do a UFC event at the White House. That seems kind of.
Brian Mahoney super
seems kind of dumb.
$20.
But it might be interesting.
You finally called me Dad. I love you too.
Brian, you're very welcome, Brian. But you're not my real dad. Okay, you're my internet dad. Okay. Wilford Brimley, thank you.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2.
Thank you for the 20, Brian.
Trump
Thank you for the generosity.
-500 on FanDuel.
-500 on FanDuel? Is that real? It's going to keep going up. As long as they keep hiding this and they don't push it out there, it's going to keep going up. Let's see about this. Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino clash over Epstein files. Let's see what live.
So many of these other
Fox
stories
Live
that we are
now
covering. Want
say.
to kind of dive into something that's
Remember,
really
hit the thumbs
playing
up
out on social media, but also with.
You could become a member as well if you want to support the show. Everything's in the description. All the links for Patreon, all that. And or send a super chat. And thank you guys. Let's go.
In the Trump White House, and this is a very, very
don't forget to hit the thumbs
vehement
up.
disagreement over what to do about the Jeffrey Epstein memo that the DOJ and the FBI released earlier this week, essentially saying, one, that the case is closed, and two, that Jeffrey Epstein did not or was not murdered, that he did, in fact, commit suicide and kill himself. But now in the wake of all this, it seems, according to the reporting out there, there are internal disagreements about how all of this was handled here. Axios has this reporting, and this is a scoop.
Yeah, still talking about Ghislaine. The dude that said we should waterboard Ghislaine, that's a good fucking idea, dude. We should waterboard Ghislaine. If she's the one that's got all the fucking answers, dude, yeah, let's do some enhanced interrogation on her ass, all right?
That means exclusive to Axios, that FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino took a day off from work after a White House clash with AG Pam Bondi over their handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. That's according to 4 sources familiar with the conflict, telling Axios that. So I thought that was interesting. Also, our hearing from Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General. He says this: I worked closely. Oh, if we could go back to the first one there. He says this: I worked closely with FBI Director Kash Patel and FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino on the joint FBI and DOJ memo regarding the Epstein files, saying all of us signed off on the contents of the memo and the conclusions stated in the memo. He goes on to say this. He says the suggestion by anyone that there was any daylight between the FBI and DOJ leadership on this memo's composition and
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. Pretty sure you need an AARP card to watch Fox News.
Well, not technically, but it does help. It does help. Thank you for $2. Yeah, so it's what looks like what Todd Blanche is saying is like, look, you guys agreed on this shit just as much as Bondi did. So now you're gonna pretend like this is all Bondi's fault when you all signed off on this. It didn't seem like they were fucking being forced by Bondi to say all this shit. It sure seemed like they were saying it on their own. But yeah, let's all throw Bondi under the bus. Again, fire all of them. Cash, you fucked up. Bongino, go back to your stupid podcast. Bondi, you're 59, go retire. You know, you're still hot. Go fuck some young dudes or whatever. But get the fuck out.
And release is patently false. The White House weighing in on the statement and the controversy as well in this. This is from Harrison Fields, White House Deputy Press Secretary, saying, quote, this work is being carried out seamlessly and with unity. Any attempt to sow division within this team is baseless and distracts from the real progress being made in restoring public safety and pursuing justice for all. So I wanted to make sure we got that in there. I should have led with this. I apologize, but this
you're doing a terrible fucking job, guy. All right? You should be fired along with all of them.
This is the headline here. This is the lead. Many are reporting Dan Bongino is considering leaving his post at the FBI amid the Epstein document drama here. Who's covering it? Of course, our friend there at the Washington Examiner, who covers the DOJ and the FBI each and every day. That's, of course, reporter Kaylin Deese. He joins me. Kaylin, good to see you here. Boy, what a Friday. So I think it's safe to say that the kind of internal battles...
Yeah, I know Bondi has too much face filler. I'd still hit it. I'm sorry.
Regarding the Epstein memo, the Jeffrey Epstein case writ large, have really reached a fever pitch here. What are you hearing? Have you spoken to people who are close with...
Yeah, I haven't seen too much about the original content shit, but it's very clear this is where they're going. They don't like the fucking shit I've been making. And then when they came up with the AI, the altered content shit, the writing was on the wall. So yeah, it's always been a problem, the supercuts. Every fucking platform, every time they do well, it's always been a problem. So of course they're going to make it to where you can't be monetized. I've said it before. I'm only monetized because of the other content I make. If I had only made supercuts, I would have been demonetized. When I applied for monetization, I would have been considered reused content. So yeah. I've tried to explain this to people for the last 3 or 4 years. If you guys are unhappy about the supercuts not being made as much as normal and all these, like, you got to be mad at YouTube. It's not just me. It's the Muchdanks. It's the Shamians. It's everybody in this field of making transformative edits and shit. They're all getting fucked. You know, but you guys get mad at the creators, you know, like we did something wrong. It's like, dude, I would still be making the supercuts regularly if I could fucking justify the amount of time it takes to, because I've made them for very little money for a long time. But there's a certain point where it's like, dude, I'm not going to go homeless to keep making this shit, you know. But that being said, I will still make supercuts. You know, it just is what it is, man. Unfortunately.
With Bongino, what is his frame of mind? What is he thinking right now? Is he going to resign? Is he going to be in the job by the end of the weekend?
Thanks for having me on, Andrew. Well, to be quite honest with you, there's been crickets from my end on everything that the FBI is going through right now. There's been more information coming out from my sources over at the Justice Department, which have confirmed this friction that is happening right now within the Justice Department and the FBI, which we know are one and the same, despite being separated by different buildings. And so this is very much a very real situation that we are confronting right now. And we have reporting as of this hour that not only is there a consideration that if Deputy Director Bongino resigns, that perhaps even the director, Kash Patel, could go along as well. And that is coming from the Daily Wire and some other sources
Trump should
out
fire
there.
all three of
Now,
them.
there also seems to be, with that, this almost an effort to present a wedge of sorts. Sort of, we're not going to stick around if she sticks around. And that's, of course, referring to the Attorney General Pam Bondi. So that
I really think this is just basically them trying to make her the fall guy, and they can blame it all on her and then try to move on. I really think that's what this is. Obviously, she's deserves to be fired, but come on now, to pretend like Bongino and Kash Patel were just misled by Bondi or some shit, that's bullshit, dude. Wilford, what's up, brother?
Brimley super chatted $5. I made YouTube poops and prank calls when I was a kid. Now I work 80 hours a week because I am a grown adult.
Yeah, I get it, man. YouTube poops, they definitely are something that's hard to make any money off of, but hell, if you can do it as an adult and make a living, I was, I made a good living off the supercuts. It's just every time I did, the platforms would come down on me. I had Facebook. I had a point where I started getting 1 million views a day, and then boom, restricted monetization. Then they gave it back, started getting 1 million views a day, boom, restricted monetization. All for shit that was perfectly fine before I started getting 1 million views a day. Same thing with YouTube. YouTube's been a little nicer about it, but instead of completely restricting my monetization, they just don't share them. They just put them in this like limited category where it's like, we don't want them to go viral because it's a problem. But yeah, it sucks, dude. Like, if there's an audience for something and people enjoy it, why get in the way? Why get in the way and fucking... But they always get in the way of the audience and the creator. It's so annoying.
That is something that is very dire in this situation. Of course, it's not confirmed that this is sort of the wedge that is happening, but there are reports about it. And so it definitely adds more tension.
Yeah, I get it, Problematic Post. See them as, Sweet Here and Out. See them as pulling people in. The problem is, the people they pull in are not here for anything else I do. They actively shit on everything else I do and make it hard for me to do anything else. So at that point, it's like, do I want to keep bringing in people who are just going to leave comments like, oh, just stick to editing, you suck, I don't want to see your face. Like, I know that's not everybody it brings in, but that's a big portion of them. They don't stick around for anything else, and they destroy the analytics on everything else I do. So it's like, do I want to keep bringing in that audience? Yeah, I will still keep making supercuts, but I'm not really looking for that kind of audience. I'd rather have an audience that's here for me and everything I do, as opposed to just one little thing. Because you guys that show up for the live streams, that show up for the other shit, you don't behave that way. You don't fucking show up on my supercuts and go, hey, your supercuts are stupid, keep doing the live streams. Like, you guys tend to support everything I do. And I'd much rather have an audience like that in the long run.
To the scenario that we're confronting here.
So is it safe to say, or is it accurate to say, Kalen, that camps are forming, pro-Bongino camp, pro-Bondi camp? Have we seen that play out? And if so, why?
Well, certainly on social media, you're definitely seeing that. If you go onto X right now, there's multiple...
Pam Bondi will be on OnlyFans in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Grimacing face emoji, smiley face emoji.
You gonna go sign up to her OnlyFans, bro? I know a lot of you guys probably, I mean, shit, if I used OnlyFans, I'd be tempted, but I don't pay for shit like that. Why would you pay for it? You know what I'm saying? Why? It's all free.
Multiple users,
Thank you for the
prominent,
$3,
and those who are just users in general that are saying essentially that this is something that is...
Here's what you do. If you're thinking about going and signing up to her OnlyFans, just go to like P-Hub or something and just search for like old blonde chick. All right? You'll be fine. You don't need to pay for it.
Falling back on Pam Bondi, who we know had the binders released to the influencers. There's some criticism that she's received for doing that. But on the other hand, you're also seeing some pushback, at least within the Justice Department, saying that everyone signed off on this memo. And that's coming from the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, as you put forth on there. Something of note that I would say is that when you're having somebody like Blanche, who we know was the president's former defense attorney in his criminal cases last year, when you're getting a statement like what he's saying, that there is no daylight between the divisions on this issue, that is a very affirmative stance coming from high up in the Justice Department. And for the Justice Department to be making claims like that, the fact that there is this...
I'm here, boys. I'm just off camera for a little bit because I'm doing a little smoky smoke session that I don't want to do on camera. But I'm here.
current notion out there that Bongino is frustrated with the way that the Justice Department has handled it sort of speaks to the fact that we're seeing so many leaks coming out of the FBI saying that this is something that he's heavily considering. And I think that, when it comes to the question of if there's going to be an effort to push out Pam Bondi, I would note that earlier this week, we saw Donald Trump sitting there in the cabinet meeting, expressing a lot of frustration about a reporter that even asked about this question.
Right.
I mean, it seemed like he didn't even really want to let the Attorney General answer the question, although she did. And, therein lies sort of the main question here is Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay for it. Memory man, I guess you can call me that, but I actually try to cut back on it, to be honest. As I'm getting older, and I'm paying more attention to my body and how my body reacts. It's just much better for me mentally and for my drive in life. And I think some of you might be old enough to realize this as well. Not be beating it every day like a fucking loser. Anyway, I mean, that's fine if you want to beat it every day. But I think if you are going to go down that route, try to keep it to where you really have to relieve, you wait till it almost boils over, Don't be just every day just, spooging, man. That's not good for you.
Himself going to pivot on this issue, or is he going to kind of stick in this lane where we've seen him kind of dismissing the concerns overall about the Epstein files release?
Yeah, I mean, his posture and his rhetoric at that cabinet meeting earlier this week was essentially to dismiss it. He thinks it's some type of distraction. I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially said, why are we still talking about this creep Epstein here? And so you're right. Any decision on what to do at the highest.
Yeah, Chase, I get burned out with the political bullshit too, but it's kind of, you got to have the right perspective to where you can't let it get you down too much, because people get too angry and all that. And maybe the more you do it, the more you kind of get a little bit of a callous towards politics, to where you can react to shit that normally would piss you off, but you can do it without letting it really piss you off. But if you can pull it off, there's a lot of entertainment, man. There's no better soap opera than this shit.
Echelons of the FBI and DOJ would ultimately come yes to President Trump. So you do have to imagine, what is he thinking about this fight that is playing out here? You're talking about leaks, though. I want to read from the New York Times' reporting. They say that.
I got you. It's all lies. I was just wondering if you would pay for it, so you wouldn't. All right, good. That's an A+.
That Pam Bondi and her allies believe Bongino planted stories in the conservative news media, blaming her for the backlash after an announcement earlier this week the Epstein case would be closed. That's according to officials close to the situation. The New York Times also reports this. It erupted into an angry face-to-face confrontation at the White House on Wednesday, 2 days ago.
I want to see that file. Leak those files. Leak the recording of that. Please, let me see that.
When an irate Bondi accused Bongino of leaking information to the media in the presence of the FBI Director, Kash Patel, the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, and one of Wiles' deputies, Taylor Budowich, Bongino denied it, according to those sources here. So we've seen some of these fights play out in public there at the White House. Of course, I'm reminded of the infighting between Elon Musk and cabinet secretaries and the
Too many
president
people do that,
himself.
Super Spurg. They get way too close to the fucking camera.
In the past, as
we don't need you this close, bro. Back up. Back the fuck up.
transparency. The American people should see these fights play out in real time here. It's not just, though, about the American people. It's about this subset of the MAGA base who are, frankly, fixated and obsessed with the Jeffrey Epstein case. How do you allay those concerns, those fears that the White House doesn't have the goods, or if they do have the goods, they're not releasing them? And a lot of people are scratching their heads as to why, if that is the case here. How do they answer those questions, Kayla?
Yeah, I think it's something that, however you cut it, it's not going to be easy from a political standpoint how the White House is going to address this, because there seems to be a cohort of the MAGA base out there who believes that no matter how many times it's said, there is actually more information out there that is not getting released, and you're not going to convince them one way or the other. And so it really comes down to, well, are we going to see more information?
Way too close to the
That was
camera.
a question that we discussed the other day whenever you had me on
Spocko
here, and there's been a few updates.
$9.99. This episode of the soap opera is particularly stupid.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's so entertaining, though.
It's at least in a transparency
Thank you for the 10,
lawsuit that's filed by Judicial Watch, that there is still ongoing communications between the Justice Department and that FOIA request happening in there. Although I do believe that there have been some decisions to table the next status update until, I believe, September on that.
Bro, it's so sad. It's all lies. It's all lies. Says, I know a local lady who started in OnlyFans as a joke, only showing her ugly feet. Now she's making $2K per week. Creep's gonna creep. It's sad, dude. It's like you're giving women this opportunity to make all this money by being a whore. I don't know, dude. I just think it's sad. I think it's sad because obviously so many young women are gonna fucking take the money, dude. But like, I wouldn't date an OnlyFans. I know a lot of dudes would date an OnlyFans chick. I would not date a chick that was showing herself naked to any dudes. And it's a stripper, porn star, even a fucking movie actress who's getting naked in every movie. I couldn't do that. I want a nice, innocent fucking chick, not some fucking slut who's showing her shit to the whole world.
That matter. So, and it still remains to be seen whether there will actually be any sort of turn up of additional evidence from that. Now, I will say that the Washington Examiner did some reporting earlier today on some claims that have been going around from someone who is prominent in the Epstein story as far as we've seen over the years. And that's from Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz, who made the rounds yesterday in some shows talking about how he believes that there is information out there that is not being put forth to the public that needs to be released. Now, we followed up with Alan Dershowitz and asked him what he means.
I don't even like when chicks show off a lot of skin in public, dude. That, you know, don't tell your girlfriend how to look. If you're dating me and you're walking around dressed like a fucking whore, showing everything to everybody, I'm going to say something. And if you're going to keep dressing like that, it's going to be over. I like a chick that respects herself, dude. I think it's much sexier when a chick is covering up and dressed classy than a chick who's just showing everything all the fucking time. Get that shit out of my face.
Means by this, what is he
That's just
referring
me.
to? And he clarified that there are these cases in New York, both the criminal case of Epstein that had a grand jury that included sealed information, as well as the civil case brought by the deceased Virginia Giuffre, who
I don't know. Islam's sounding better and better every day, Kajamanu.
died earlier this year by a suicide, according to her family, and against Ghislaine Maxwell, the associate of Jeffrey Epstein, who is also serving a 20-year sentence behind bars.
She needs to be waterboarded.
Being an accomplice.
That was a great
so to
idea.
speak,
We need to
in
waterboard
his
her
case.
ass, 100%.
Now, asking Dershowitz about who these judges were, he wasn't telling anything. But we do know that these cases still exist out there. There are sealed filings. We verified that through checking the court docket. So that is something, too, that seems to be almost sort of a bridge between this blame shifting that we are seeing between the FBI and the DOJ. You have this renowned Professor Dershowitz, who also has been through a defamation fight where it resulted in Giuffre taking back some of the allegations that she had previously made about sexual assault that he had allegedly committed. So there is a complexity there with some claims coming from him. But I will say that there are these sealed filings that are out there. So he's putting forth this idea that it's not the DOJ's fault, it's not the FBI's fault, but it's the judges that have still not unsealed these filings.
Yeah, and I just have to know, Kaylin, that was a great exclusive report you sent over my way that you filed today. I'm just going to...
Yeah, real good, Kaylin, but next time, get the fuck back from the camera. We don't need to see every nose hair in your fucking nose, buddy.
Read the first paragraph. You report this. Alan Dershowitz said last night that 2 federal judges in New York are keeping key court records surrounding Jeffrey Epstein under seal to, quote, protect certain people named in litigation related to his sex trafficking operation. You just kind of elucidated that reporting for us here. Dershowitz told you, quote, there are judges who are protecting people. I know that for a fact. You cited, though, that he wouldn't say who those judges were. In the meantime, let's get back, though, to the inside fight in the White House here.
Get back being the key words. Back up.
Do you think this is going to get even more pronounced, even more?
I wonder if they cropped it in even more after, like he might be like a little bit further back, but then they just cropped it in the studio.
More heated going into the weekend here. I mean, Axios is reporting in their scoop, Bongino didn't even come into work today. kind of highlighting how very frustrated he
Be like me. I don't even look at the fucking camera. I'm focused on all this shit. I don't even. A lot of people they do their live streams and they're just like staring at the camera all the time. It's like, I'll occasionally look at it. I mean, I'm here. I know you guys are there, but why do you need to be fucking locked in at the camera the whole time talking like this? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I have my way of doing it. I prefer that.
He is with how this all went down here. He's only been in that job, what, 4 months?
Is he getting closer to the
Bondi
camera?
in their jobs for what, 6 months here? They're very new in these roles. Is this going to be the issue that really presents some type of cleavage for them? Are they going to all get back on the same page? Is it all going to be nice at the DOJ and FBI in the wake of this or not?
Yeah, I'm glad that you're asking about this because I think that there's something to be said here about some of the promises that have been made by the FBI and some of the works of the DOJ that we're seeing put forth. Again, we're only
he's got makeup on.
6 months into this administration, and as we know with investigations, those things take time.
I mean, for 59, Bondi looks good. I'm gonna say she does. Now, there's probably a lot of makeup and shit going on there, but you know, she could make some money on OnlyFans.
Time to see the results that come through, but the FBI has made some promises that they're going to be reopening some investigations, such as the January 6th pipe bomb incident, looking into the Supreme Court leak of the Dobbs decision, looking into the cocaine that was found in the White House under Biden. These are all promises that have yet to yield results, and there are some questions out there, especially from.
I mean, everybody. Look, I'm gonna say allegedly to protect my ass. I think everybody has a feeling whose coke that was. I mean, I have a feeling everywhere Hunter Biden goes, he probably leaves a bag of coke behind.
Some of the former FBI officials.
Because he's got so much money, he can just buy more coke. Like the average cokehead would never lose a bag of coke, right? They can't afford to lose bags of coke. Hunter Biden could lose a bag of coke every day and he'd still have plenty of coke.
About whether there's any additional information that can actually come from some of these efforts that this current FBI is taking. So there's a lot of pressure on this FBI based on the promises that they've made. And if you even look back to some of the...
Oh, it could have been Zelensky's coke too. That's another possibility, Drift Wizard. You're right.
Interviews that Bongino did earlier this year when he was telling Fox News about the fact that there is no evidence to suggest that otherwise that Epstein didn't kill himself. He looked shaken up by that. He looked almost distraught that he had to deliver that information.
Dude, they all look like they're hostages when they're saying this shit.
To the public.
Almost at 100 already, guys. Smash the thumbs up if you haven't smashed it yet. I think we'll set a new record. No, I don't know. Well, because I started at 9:15. I don't know if it'll be a new record, but it'd be a pretty quick 100 there if we can get to 100 already. Thanks, guys.
And he even said that he's I'm paraphrasing that he's sitting behind his desk in these four walls every day, separated from his wife, and almost indicating that there's a lot of pressure that he's facing in this. Yeah. So when you get down to the core elements here, it's almost like you see a lot of pressure, like you're saying online, about this, about anger against.
It's _all_LLS super chatted $1.96. Bongino looking like high evolutionary in Gotk 3.
You guys got to take the underscores out of your name. This thing it's funny how they should program it to not say the underscores. For some reason, it's all, especially Be Unstoppable is like B_unstoppable_. It's like 100 underscores. Yeah, dude, I don't know anything about that. High evolutionary and got G3. I'll have to look that up, man. I don't think I know
what is
anything about
the
all that.
Role of the FBI. It's to deliver goods to the DOJ, and the DOJ.
What I was thinking about the other night, this all kind of reminds me of Lord of the Ring, because it's kind of like it is the ring, right? The power of the government. It's like everybody says, "Oh, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna destroy this shit," and then they get in there, and it's my precious. Like, we need a Frodo who will destroy the fucking ring. I might be it. I might be Frodo. Okay, I might be because I'll fucking destroy. I will gladly destroy everything. Gladly. When I say destroy, I will disband 99% of the federal government. Gladly. That's what we need. We need someone who's not corrupted by the ring, because everybody gets corrupted by the ring.
Jay is often the one disseminating what comes from that or bringing prosecutions from that.
Yeah, I saw that GDI. Epstein's bank account still active after all this fucking time. Crazy, right? Wow, how's that work? Somebody who's using it, his brother?
Brian Mahoney super
Damn,
chatted
Brian.
$50.
You are
I will
rich.
convert you back into a little liberal, GIA boy, just how I raised you. You've been compromised lately. A pathetic little CIA asset, gaslighting the public. I'm very disappointed. Trump, ICE, IDF, ICE, Hamas, and Yo Mama. Blessings, folded hands emoji.
I mean, pretty close to a classical liberal, but the left are not liberals anymore, dude. I don't know if you know this. Thank you, by the way, for another 50, Brian. The left are not liberals, dude. They're not. Like the classical liberals that were on the left, they kind of moved over to voting for Trump. The left are progressives. They're not the same thing, if that's what you're talking about. But I do have a lot of liberal leanings. But I think it's more important to actually talk about everything that you want to be done, to talk about your policies. Like, what would you do to fix this country? That's more important than worrying about labels and all this bullshit.
And I think that we're definitely not
Thank
going
you,
to just, close up this Friday.
You can insult me all day long. you have the permission.
See this
Thank you.
story
I appreciate the
eventually
generosity,
disappear.
dude. You're very
I think
generous.
that there's going to be continued ongoing. I think that there's going to be continued ongoing discussions about this going forth, and I don't think it's going to get swept under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, Shelby Talcott at Semaphore, in her reporting, said Bongino is considering leaving his post at the FBI soon, though it seems like no formal decision has been made, according to her sources. One source said he's effectively gone, saying, quote, he will come back if Bondi is held accountable. But to your point, I mean, that's the thing. If you're Dan Bongino and you're this extremely popular podcaster, before you enter federal government service, and you've essentially staked your entire brand as a podcast.
Mimri, you're right, but we do need someone who can destroy the ring, who's not going to be corrupted by the ring. That's a real thing, dude.
99 cents. Frodo was great, but he failed.
Thank you, Spocko. The analogy of the ring is such a perfect analogy for the power of government and the corruption that happens when you get power. That's why that story is so fucking long lasting, and it hits home even today, because that's what it's like. Everybody talks a big game about how they're gonna get in there and they're gonna fix it, and then they get in there and they become just corrupted by that power. It's just like the ring. Like, is there even a Frodo that exists who can fucking not get corrupted by the ring? But yeah, even Frodo failed. You're right. Frodo over Fredo, 100%. Wilfred, 100%.
$2. Frodo greater than Fredo.
Hey, it can say greater than when you put the greater than symbol. That's good. That's smart. Yeah, I agree.
On getting to the bottom of the Epstein saga, and then you're, into this role here at the federal government. You have power, you have authority to look into it, and you don't have the goods because there may be no goods there. I can imagine that the job must be quite difficult for Bongino in that position that he has found himself in. But I have to ask, though, for so many who do want to see more justice, who are not satisfied that only one person has been held to account for Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, as, of course, Ghislaine Maxwell. She's serving.
Yeah, and Sigma, you're right. It's much easier to fall to corruption than to fight it. You get paid less doing it. I mean, you got to be willing to sacrifice a lot, to not go along with the corruption. And most people aren't. Most people, they put their family and their wealth and all that ahead of the good of the country.
In a 20-year prison sentence, Jeffrey Epstein is dead. People cannot be satisfied that
you almost you need somebody you need like a Scott Adams, somebody who's like gonna die of cancer in a year or something. Like, you need somebody like that. So like they have nothing to live for. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I'll fix this shit. I'm gonna be dead in a year anyway.
Only one person,
someone who doesn't care if they live or die,
has been prosecuted, convicted, and is now in jail. They think there should be more. Why do they think that?
Well, I think that there's something that the DOJ head has to answer to, and by that I mean Pam Bondi, in the fact that we have seen from court filings over the years that there's been alleged to be dozens of victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Flash forward to some comments that Pam Bondi made earlier this year. She said that some of the victims were in the range of 200 to 250. And what's more is this memo that came out, this unsatisfying 2-page memo that didn't deliver much other than the video evidence that we saw from the jailhouse and some additional writings on the department's findings, was that there are 1,000 victims.
Yeah, so that's another thing. They upped the number. It was like dozens, and then it was 200, then 250, and now it's thousands of victims. That's a little weird. And then somebody said earlier that some of these people who are supposedly victims are actually some of the culprits claiming to be victims, hiding behind the victim thing. It's weird. Now all of a sudden we have thousands of victims, but yet only Epstein and Ghislaine were involved. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Of Epstein, according to what this memo was saying. And so when you look at the sheer number there, not just the sheer number, but the discrepancy from the court filings to what was said earlier this year to the 1,000 that we just got, it's perplexing to people that there would be this number of victims.
Brian Mahoney super chatted $10. Did you already do CoffeeZilla's latest vid? Also, Scott Adams is a delusional Reddit D.
Yeah, shout out to Scott Adams. I hope he beats his cancer. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Scott Adams, but probably for different reasons than you, Brian. But yeah, I think I have the CoffeeZilla one loaded up. We'll get to that next. Thank you, Brian.
But not a single additional person that could be charged or prosecuted from it. It doesn't make sense to anyone who looks at this, and it's going to be something that people will not probably be able to rest, because it just defies logic to so many people looking at this situation. So there's a lot of common agreement among online users, people in the public, about discrepancies like this. And so I think that there is going to be continued questions of main justice, and I think that those questions should be asked.
All right. Kaylin Deese with the Washington Examiner. Great reporting as always. Kaylin, have a good
Kaylin Deese nuts
weekend. Thanks so much.
You too. Thanks.
Okay, in the meantime here, I want to just...
They need to get some better reporters at this Live Now, Fox, whatever. This guy sucks. They both suck. Get better people.
Highlight some of these posts on X from elected lawmakers.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. They're fine. They're fine.
Republicans who seem to be now taking sides in this fight here. I'm talking about Tim Burchett, the Republican congressman from Tennessee. He said,
most people are taking Bongino and Patel's side.
I
think this is the thing. They're going to throw Bondi under the bus, and then they're going to try to kind of move past it and be like, oh, it's Bondi, we got rid of her. They're going to probably do everything except just be transparent and release all the details.
And with Dan Bongino. So if we see any public declarations, or at least any more of them, of those lawmakers who are taking sides in this. Though we brought you the news, we brought you the statement from Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are talking about Jimmy Dore. I like Jimmy Dore, and Jimmy and Alex have made up. I was part of helping Alex and Jimmy make up, because the second time I interviewed Alex, I brought up Jimmy, and Alex was very, he spoke positively of Jimmy, and he forgave Jimmy for spitting on him, and Jimmy has apologized for spitting on him. So that's all water under the bridge. They're both good. I disagree with a lot of Dore's socialist stuff, but I think Dore is a very good voice. He's a very honest voice out there right now. So yeah, I like Jimmy Dore, and Alex and him have made up, and Alex has forgiven him. So you guys should forgive him too. Although, yeah, it was a bad look to spit iced tea in Alex Jones's face. But yeah, water under the bridge.
He says everyone's on the same page. They worked in tandem here, that there's nothing to see here. Although that would contradict some of the reporting we've just brought you about the fact that Dan Bongino is apparently considering resigning.
We'll see how this plays out. I think we're going to hear a lot more come Monday, maybe even this weekend. Let's see, you said you wanted the last CoffeeZilla one. I think I have it saved. We'll do that before we get into the McDonald stuff.
Brian Mahoney super chatted $50 at Doge Hodler $D1, low on funds.
The raw Epstein.
Brian, I mean, look, I always tell everybody, don't send more than you can afford. If you can afford it, you're a rich boy, good, go for it, brother. But yeah, don't send more than you guys can afford. Thank you for another 50. Dodge holder, suck my dick, low on funds. You guys teasing him? Keep telling him he's low on funds. He'll keep sending 50s. Brian, no one's doubting your immense wealth, brother. Thank you very much. Here's the latest Voidzilla one. This is one you're talking about, right? 5 hours ago? Raw Epstein footage was modified. So this is him talking about the editing that was done onto that footage. Let's see what he says.
Epstein footage was modified
again,
according to its metadata, despite Dan Bongino previously saying that they would release the original footage so you wouldn't think there were shenanigans.
There's video. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans.
Well, unfortunately, that's not what we got. Even the raw video, the original video, was put into Adobe Premiere Pro. This is a scoop from Wired. Quote, metadata shows the FBI's raw Jeffrey Epstein prison video was likely modified. And basically, they pulled the metadata and showed that the footage appears to be assembled from at least 2 source clips, saved multiple times, exported, and then uploaded to the DOJ's website.
Yeah, so I mean, all this could be explained by the fact that the dude was just filming the fucking monitor, and they probably had to take out all the extraneous bullshit that wasn't, you know, there might have been 10 seconds before that he's filming before, who knows? But yeah, it's all fishy, man.
Website where it was presented as raw footage, which technically it is not. Now, I pulled the EXIF data myself. This is what it looks like. You can see that there's these ingredients file path here, where you can see 4 different files. 2 of them are just identical. So 2 unique files here that have been basically stitched together is the most charitable interpretation. But look, the stunning incompetence, if that's what this is kind of hard to take. Just over and over, they sort of hype up what they have and then deliver something different in a meaningful way. I mean, you cannot say, hey, we're going to give you original footage so you don't think there are shenanigans, and then you splice together 2 clips in Premiere Pro. I mean, yes, maybe you didn't do anything with it, but it kind of ruins the whole chain of evidence. Wired actually quotes a professor of UC Berkeley whose research focuses on digital forensics. He has testified in numerous court cases, and he says, if a lawyer brought me this file and asks if it was suitable for court, I'd say no, go back to the source, do it right,
I agree completely. Download the original file straight from the source. Don't fucking film it with your little hand cam bullshit.
A direct export from the original system, no monkey business. So that kind of puts it all together. I mean, maybe.
I wonder if somebody snuck this out. I wonder if, like, before they deleted it, this is like how they fucking captured it before they deleted it. I wonder.
Maybe this is all charitably just incompetence. Charitably, it was just, hey, there was a minute at night missing because it's an old analog video system and there were 2 different files. They spliced it together. But even that is like, was done horribly in the worst possible way. For instance, the video aspect ratio suddenly shifts as the tape changes over or whatever they claim. You can see that right here. There's like a sudden shift in the video. I have not changed this video in any way. I have it in the Premiere Pro timeline, which I guess they had as well. So this is as intended.
I bet you what it was. See if I can, 'cause, dude, there's so much I know about editing, but I don't ever explain it to people, and I don't have the lingo. Basically, they imported the fucking file, and it was probably tiny, right? So like, instead of taking up this much, it was probably just taking up like right in the middle, a little tiny thing, because it was probably 360p and the fucking the timeline or whatever was probably 1080p. So then they went in and they increased the size of the video, and they did it each time. They the first time, and then when they had the second video, which was a different fucking video, when they increased the size, they didn't make it match completely, which is easy to do. All you got to do is just match all the settings. I mean, if you copy the attributes of one clip, you can paste it to the other one and it would match completely. I think that's what's going on here. And sorry for explaining it badly.
So there's this just weird shifts in the footage. I mean, this was done in actually a very sloppy way after they explicitly talked about needing to do it in the right way so the American public could rely on it.
I'm not going to withhold information from the American public ever, but I'm also not going to rush to get it out there in a format in which they can't rely on it.
Except that's exactly what they did. The promises that were made are just consistently not kept. When you go on Fox News and say you're gonna do it right, you're gonna give us the original video so we don't think there are shenanigans, and then you do this, yes, we can interpret you charitably, but it leaves room for doubt. It's not only the case that at 11:58 p.m.
We can only give you a charitable interpretation so many fucking times, though, right? Like, you know, the one time my fucking peanut M&Ms go missing, like, yeah, okay, maybe I misplaced them. But if every time you come around, all of a sudden my fucking peanut M&Ms are gone, there's something going on here. At this point, I can't give them a charitable fucking interpretation at all for any of this. They're covering it up.
The aspect ratio changes. It's also the case
And I don't know why I'm thinking about peanut M&Ms.
that the enhanced version and the raw version also differ from each other in how the aspect ratio changes. You can see that originally the enhanced and the regular raw version line up perfectly in terms of aspect ratio. But when the camera flips over to this new day, now their aspect ratio is actually off from each other. So why? I mean, this is like so obviously bad. They said they were taking their time with this. They said, oh, we're not.
Oh, you can even see the contrast is different too. You can see the brightness and contrast has changed from clip to clip.
They said,
like this one, the brightness is turned up, the contrast is turned up. This one, it's turned down. So yeah, they didn't even get a good editor. Dude, you should have paid me to edit this shit. I could at least made it fucking match and made it impossible to tell that there's two videos that have been spliced together, except for looking at the metadata. You wanted to tell just from looking at it like this. God, who did they get to edit this? I mean, the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
So why? I mean, this is like so obviously bad. They said they were taking their time with this. They said, oh, we're not, no shenanigans here. But this wasn't a complicated job. It was just about, like, they did mild sharpening and contrast boosting. Why they're playing around with the aspect ratio like they're a film director in their first year of film school is unimaginable to me. I just cannot understand why you would be doing this in such a sloppy way. So just incredibly incompetent work here is the nicest way to say it. We know now that the Epstein footage that they have released to us, even the raw footage, was modified. Last thing I want to say is that it's the final day of Crime is Legal merch.
Go buy his merch, bros. Go buy his merch. CoffeeZilla's doing a pretty good job. I'm not even subscribed to Boyzilla. He's doing a good job. I think he needs to keep up the good work. Round of applause for CoffeeZilla. It's that video is such a joke, dude. It's probably the worst decision was to just put out that video. It's not that they put out the video. It's that they put it out and then after talking about how they had this video that's going to show you everything and there's going to be no doubt, and then the video proves fucking nothing. You couldn't have. There's no way to fuck this up any worse. Was there anything else? Let's see if there's anything else that I had with the Epstein stuff. Do you guys want to see what how the left is treating this?
Polygraph tests, forced retirements.
Let's see how the left-wing media is enjoying this. I'm sure they're having a blast, and then we'll get to the McDonald stuff.
And sudden, mysterious, unexplained.
Just saying McDonald's makes me want to eat a double cheeseburger, bro. You can talk all the shit you want about McDonald's, but plain and dry double cheeseburger with some fries and a Coke. Oh, Jesus Christ. I grew up on that. It's so good.
Absences.
So good.
A wave of brand new reporting reveals that the nation's top law enforcement agency has devolved into a Lord of the Flies situation under Donald Trump. The New York Times reveals that the FBI has turned a tool normally used to root out those who may have betrayed the country against their own. Dozens of top FBI officials have reportedly been forced to take polygraph tests. Many of them have been asked, quote, whether they have said anything negative about FBI Director Kash Patel. In one instance, officials were forced to take a polygraph as the agency sought to determine who disclosed the news that Mr. Patel had demanded a service weapon, an unusual request given that he's not an agent. The FBI has declined to comment to the New York Times.
Yes, it will give me IBS, Brandon L. It's not good for me, and I feel terrible after eating McDonald's. But you cannot deny that double cheeseburger, plain and dry, is just, it's probably the best fucking cheeseburger. I grew up on it, so I'm a little biased.
But
I grew up when you could go to McDonald's for 99 cents and get a double cheeseburger. So for lunch, I would go get 2 99-cent double cheeseburgers. I grew up, oh my God. I love those double cheeseburgers. I got to stop talking about it.
Out. The New York Times reports this, quote, the moves, former Bureau officials say, are politically charged and highly inappropriate, underscoring what they describe as an alarming quest for fealty at the FBI, where there is little tolerance for dissent. Disparaging Mr. Patel or his deputy, Dan Bongino, former officials say, could cost.
This dude, when I go to I went a while back because I was close to a McDonald's. I was passed by. I was like, I got to get a double cheeseburger. It's been so long. It tasted exactly the same to me, dude.
People their job. One of the agents who was ordered to take a polygraph test was a guest on this.
Wendy's used to be good. I used to like the Wendy's, the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Those used to be 99 cents too. You used to go to Wendy's and get that Junior Bacon Cheeseburger for 99 cents, but that one isn't the same. I went and it's like $3 or $4 for a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, and they're not even good anymore.
This program on Wednesday, Michael Feinberg. He was forced out of the FBI over his friendship with former FBI agent Pete Strzok.
Well, there are three and then one for, I forgot, there's a deal. I think it's buy one for $3 and then the second one's $1. Last time I went, that was the deal. So you could still get 2 double cheeseburgers for $4 if you buy 2 of them.
Who has been a target of
They should be McDonald's should be paying me for this sort of fucking advertisement right now.
Donald Trump's now for years and years and years.
Plain and dry means no sauce and no vegetables, just the meat and cheese.
In a post last week on the Lawfare blog, he writes this, quote, I would be asked to submit to a polygraph exam probing the nature of my friendship.
Look, some of you can say gross trash food. Hey, we all have our own tastes. And I grew up on that shit. I love the double cheeseburger from McDonald's. I don't even like the Big Macs. The things I like at McDonald's, the chicken nuggets, double cheeseburger. And if I'm feeling frisky, I'll get a McChicken. But yeah, I rarely ever eat at McDonald's. But, you know, sometimes I'll have a cheat meal. And occasionally I'll drop in a McDonald's.
With Pete Strzok. And as I was quietly informed by another friendlier senior employee, what could only be described as a latter-day struggle session. I would be expected to grovel, beg forgiveness, and pledge loyalty as part of the FBI's cultural revolution brought about by Patel and Bongino's ascension.
Okay, I can't listen to this dumb bitch anymore. Okay, whatever. Jeez, how does anybody even watch these people? They have no personality. They're so boring. All right, let's get to it. So this is why you shouldn't eat at McDonald's. I don't care how good those double cheeseburgers are. All right, I know they're fucking fantastic. I love them. It's just not worth the risk anymore, guys. Every time I go to a McDonald's, I'm like very polite to everybody because I'm worried I might be murdered. Even the workers, all the workers. It's yes sir, no sir. I don't care if I have to wait 30 minutes for my double cheeseburger. I will be yes sir, no sir. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you guys are awesome. Thank you. Have a great day. Because they will fucking murder you. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
And more breaking news this morning. Violence breaks out at a local McDonald's where police say an argument between co-workers led to one of them being stabbed to death.
Fox News' Camille Mary, she just got an update from East Point Police a short time ago. Camille joins us live now. Camille, what have you learned?
Yeah, this is an absolutely horrific story. We just got briefed from East Point Police, and then we headed down here, which is about a mile down the road, here at the 9 Mile McDonald. So I want you to take a look at some video. We're going to talk about what happened. So let's rewind the clock back to about 8 o'clock. Actually, prior to that, there was a dispute. Police say there was a dispute between 2 employees. One employee leaves, a verbal altercation. One employee leaves, comes back, and then proceeds, this is according to police, proceeds to stab that employee, that fellow employee that they had a dispute with, in the area of the drive-through inside where the employees work. Well, then this is where things take.
First of all, this bitch was crazy. Like, we got videos of her fucking social media. This bitch was insane.
A twist. A customer in the car going through the drive-through sees this, witnesses this. He takes a gun, this according to police, shoots it up in the air, and then realizes exactly what's happening, trying to stop this stabbing from happening. And then he actually chases, the suspect runs away, and then he chases that suspect, holds that suspect at gunpoint until police get there. Now, we did talk to some witnesses, and we're going to hear from them in a minute, but I do want to report that we have confirmed from police that the victim...
You still got to serve the food, though. Oh, the manager just got murdered. I don't give a fuck. Get back there. Get those fries ready. We got a fucking full drive-through right now, okay? Clean up that blood and get those fries out.
Is deceased, a woman in her 30s, and the suspect is in custody at
Oh, cool. You work at Culver's, John McCarter? I've never eaten at Culver's. I've heard people like it, though.
26-year-old woman, but let's listen to what that one witness had to say.
She left for 5 minutes. She came back with a mask on her face, and the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her. And she...
Yeah.
Spocko super chatted $4.99. Don't ever visit Popeyes then.
A lot of these fast food places, you have to be on your best behavior. And you're probably you got to go drive through. That's the safest way, is to go drive through. You know, if you go into these places, you're putting your life at risk. And I did go, last time I went to Popeyes was probably like 2020 or 2021. Remember they had that chicken sandwich everybody was going crazy over? I was like, oh, actually, I didn't even go. I got it I got it Grubhub to me back when I was still getting food delivered. It was great. It was great. Their chicken sandwich was fucking great. I'm not going to lie.
Started stabbing her, and I ran for help, and basically, you know, asking everybody like help or whatever. I tried to stop her. It was no.
She came back with a Chucky mask, dude, and she's got videos of her with the Chucky mask. Like right before she went in, she was like posting on social media. We're gonna play this next.
She stabbed her everywhere.
She went in there and stabbed the shit out of her because she got fired. I wonder why they fired you. I think you stabbing your manager to death probably makes everybody go, yeah, it's probably a good idea you were fired.
Absolutely horrible story. Now, police are crediting that customer who was in the drive-thru. He had a CPL. He was registered, could carry a gun legally. They said
it'd be funny if somebody walks up, starts hitting on the window. You guys open? I need my Big Mac, bitch.
if it wasn't for him, if he wouldn't have shot that warning shot and gotten out of his car and ran after the suspect, police believe that the suspect would still be out there right now.
Dude, the Popeye sandwich was fucking good, dude. I liked it, man.
Just a horrible set of circumstances. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest information as soon as we get it. Reporting live in East Point, Camille and Mary, Fox 2.
So that was so here's let me pull up the next one. So this is this chick. So this is I guess her manager who was murdered. And this is that chick. She was posting all these videos with this Chucky fucking filter. And then she put on this mask when she went back, this fucking Jason mask, and then went back and stabbed her ex-boss multiple times. And this is her normally, how she looked normally. She looks like any random McDonald's employee. They all look like this. Like every McDonald's employee looks like this or like this. We got another McDonald's video after this one. We're gonna bring it home. But yeah, this is her. I think this is right after she got fired and right before she went back. This might have been before she got fired because she's in the McDonald's playpen right now. This I'm gonna try not to play too much of the music. We don't need to hear the music. But yeah, she was a complete fucking psychopath, dude. Yeah, I guess she's like in one of the playpens or something. This is weird, and she's filming through the hole. I wonder why you got fired. Maybe because you were a crazy bitch. Maybe that's why. Yes, I don't want to listen to any rap music. Yeah, dude, this is insane, man. Like, you got fired, and like, you should have been happy that you don't have to work at McDonald's anymore.
Back with a mask on her face. And the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her. And she started stabbing her, and I ran for help. And basically asking everybody, like, help or whatever. I tried to stop her. It was no stopping her. She stabbed her everywhere.
Yeah, we just watched that video. Crazy. But yeah, this is why I don't want to go to McDonald's anymore, guys, because this is what happens. If you're not happy about your order, they give you some cold fries. Because it's so annoying. Sometimes they haven't made the fries in a while, and the fries they give you are just cold, and then you ask for new fries. This is what will happen.
After a man gets knocked out for assaulting McDonald's workers with chicken
By the way, this is that Midwest Safety channel. I'm telling you, this channel, you got to follow this channel. This channel is so good.
Nuggets. The man's entire family arrives to continue the fight.
Hey, back up, police, back up. Hey, what's wrong with him?
This shit just falls on his... What's wrong with him? He went inside the McDonald's. That's what's wrong. Never go inside the McDonald's, all right? Go through the drive-thru, because this is what happens.
No. Can you help me pull him down to the ground for me? 10-4, we got one passed out. No.
This guy got fucked up.
Keep him all the way down to the ground, sweetheart. Put his head down to the ground. All the way, yeah. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, bud.
Just imagine that. You're, waiting for your fries and you just wake up and this random lady is just like, hi, sweetheart.
Hey, who hit him? Hey, everybody.
Of course they don't know, right? They don't know. They don't know nothing. Nope. I don't know. He just passed out right there.
Hush, and we'll get to investigating. Don't even have an attitude with me right now. Y'all called. So don't. Hey, relax. Hold on. Hey, sweetheart, relax for me. Relax.
Oh, good.
You're not good, bro. You are 100% not good.
You're good. You passed out. You're good. So just relax. Say, listen to that phone.
No, you're not.
Shut up. I mean, tell your sister, shut up. I'm good, man.
Hey, bro. You passed out.
No,
you passed out.
Bro, you're not good, bro.
No, good.
It's okay. All right, if you want to sit up, that's fine. All right. Just hold on. You passed out, diggity dog.
Holy shit. What did she just call him? You're not allowed to say that. She should be removed from the force for saying that.
Just hold on. You passed out, diggity dog. All right.
That's so fucking racist and rude, bro. Hey, what? Why? Because she's black? You calling him? Would you say diggity dog to a white guy? Jesus Christ.
Chill out.
I'm good.
By the way, that's sarcasm, guys. In case any of the InfoWars audience is watching, it's called sarcasm. I know it's difficult to understand.
You are going to lose your balance. Can you sit for just a second? Yep. Sit.
I'm good.
Sit.
Bro, I'm good.
Sit.
You're about to get your ass kicked again.
Hold on. You passed out, dude.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, you're not. You were passed out when I got here. So have a seat. Have a gas on your head. You got EMS on the way. You need to get checked out.
Yeah, the music is definitely not good for the culture, Brandon. Now, I totally agree. Man. It's so fucked how these people get raised. It just pollutes their fucking mind, dude. I swear to God, I bet you if they were still listening to like gospel music and like blues music as a community, they'd probably have half of the problems they have right now.
Dude, get me out. I'm going home. I'm good.
No. Have a seat, dude. I'm not going to tell you yet. Have a seat.
I'm good, man.
Have a seat.
You're not good, bro. You're not good.
Y'all straight, bro.
Have a seat.
Y'all good.
You got blood on you, man, and you passed out, okay? Hey, can I get someone to let my officer in? Can you tell me your name?
My name is Travion. I'm straight. More than you had on
I thought it was Diggity Dog. Come on now, Diggity Dog.
Hey, what happened?
Everybody out there saying that.
What's up, Diggity Dog? Yeah, the lyrics matter.
Okay.
All right, I need somebody to talk.
I mean, if all the rap music had a positive message and wasn't like preaching fucking gang lifestyle and all that shit, then yeah, it'd probably be different. So yeah, the lyrics it's more to do with the lyrics and the subject matter than the actual type of music.
To one of the employees, he was passed out right here with blood. So I mean, he's got a big old knot on his head. Something happened, and he's passed out right here. So I need someone to talk to somebody right there.
Did any of y'all see what happened?
No.
We ain't no snitches, bitch. This is who's working at McDonald's now. Look, I remember I grew up in a small town, at a small town McDonald's, and man, the service was fucking great. They were always polite. They always smiled. It was all a bunch of like teenagers working there, but damn, they were trained off the hook. The food was always good. It was quick. It's like, damn, what happened? Service is going down everywhere.
Wilford Brimley super chatted $2. They send female officers for the nonsense calls.
Oh, talking about female officers, let me pull this up real quick. Hold on, we'll get back to this. Is a longer one. This other video I saw where this chick in the UK gets punched in the face and she gets a broken nose and she's just sitting there crying like a little girl, but she's an actual cop. It infuriates me because, like, yes, the person that punched her in the nose, that person needs to be locked up for like a long fucking time. But at the end of the day, the fact that you're putting these tiny little women and putting them in fucking harm's way, thinking like they belong in the police force, like you're kind of, the blood's on your hands too. Because like, why are we putting these tiny little fucking women and thinking they're going to be okay as police officers, and then they get their asses whooped? Yeah. They put it, this is it right here. Yeah, this is her. So stop putting women like this in harm's way. Stop it. Okay, let's stop playing this game of like, oh, women are just the same. They can be police officers. No, because they can't. Maybe some can. They're fucking diamonds in the rough, by the way, if they're capable of doing this job. This little dainty chick, she needs to be working somewhere else.
Okay, all right. Calm down, you guys.
I realize it really sucks to get your nose broken, and it hurts like crazy. But a male police officer would not be acting like this. And it's your fault for putting this woman in this position. The whole police force, the city, everybody that's pushing for this, that thinks it's okay to put these fucking women in the front line so they can get their ass rocked by some man. The blood's on your hands too. Yeah.
Sit down for me.
And then people are going to make fun of her like, oh, it's like, what do you think? She's a woman. She's a tiny little fucking woman who just got blasted in the face by a grown man and had her nose split open and broken. Like, this is how women are going to react. So, like, I get it. Like, oh, yeah, you're so, but she should never be in this position. And I think she probably at this point realizes this was probably not a good idea for me to play cop.
16257. All right, you okay? I'm here, right? It's 5 deep breaths. Deep breaths, all right? You're fine. You're fine. We'll deal with it.
I don't know if I had the video, but like these two dudes, they try to arrest these two Muslim dudes, and they just started blasting on the cops. I mean, these dudes look like they had some fucking MMA training. I mean, now that chick got blasted, bro. It wasn't even a barely touched him. She got blasted. She got MMA fucking super punched in the face. And yeah, but now those Muslim dudes are claiming self-defense. It's in the UK, of course. Yeah, this we'll play this one just because I'm on it. This infuriates me. I know there's a possibility that this is a joke, but women like this exist. And if you're doing this to your dog should be taken from you because this is dog abuse.
She is my little vegetarian.
So she's trying to do this thing where like, oh look, my dog will choose veggies over meat.
Okay.
How does that work?
No.
It does not work.
No.
Now people are saying this is a joke, but dude, she looks the part. She looks exactly the part of someone who would force their fucking dog to starve to death slowly eating vegetables and not eating the meats that they fucking need to survive. This is dog abuse. I know this could be a joke, but it's a joke, but it's also a lot of people doing this. They're trying to force their dogs to be vegans. It's even like forcing your kids to be vegans. Dude, some of the stories of like mothers who are vegan and like their babies, the shit their babies have to go through. It's just eat what God intended us to fucking eat, which is animals and a little bit of vegetables if you want to, but you gotta have meat, man.
Look, salad. Do we need the salad?
No, he doesn't want to eat the fucking salad, dumbass.
No.
That poor dog is starving his ass off. That's child abuse. That dog should be taken from you. I get it. That's probably not real. It's probably a joke, but I still think your dog should be taken from you. If anybody really doing that, trying to force their dog to be a vegan, yeah, you should not have a dog.
You're acting crazy. I'm doing what for, but it's like he tried to attack a pregnant lady. Like, he got what he deserved. Right.
So he tried to attack a pregnant lady. He got what he deserved. Okay. Do you think the McDonald workers are capable of maintaining calm and not flipping out at the police? Let's see what happens.
You know where that pregnant lady is? Do we know where the pregnant lady is? That he
She's in the back.
So he attacked her?
Yes, he's been in here doing the most.
Okay, so who beat him up? Do we know?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, where that lady?
Yeah, you fucking did.
Right here? Oh. What's going on? You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You don't need an ambulance or nothing? Okay, so do you know this dude?
I don't know him. He just came in. I guess he's drunk or whatever. So he's like, I'm going to rest. I get my money. So I walked up to him. I said, stop being disrespectful to him. I guess one of them gave him naked. He threw them naked to him.
You can't even be mean now. You can't even be like, bitch, give me my food. You're gonna get your ass beat.
He threw him at who?
He threw it at me.
Did anyone else see him throw the nuggets at you?
Oh no, he threw chicken nuggets at me. Therefore, he must die.
Yeah, the camera.
Can you pull the camera up for me?
I can't I'm not a man.
Who can pull it up?
Oh no. Those chicken nuggets could have took my life.
Can you put the camera up so I can see him throwing the nuggets at her?
You can have a seat on a chair. Hold on, let me bring a chair to you.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine.
We definitely need to get you checked out because you passed out. At least let EMS look at you, okay?
I'm all right though. I'm straight.
Listen, you possibly have a concussion, all right? You got a big old knot on your forehead. Can you tell this officer what happened to the best of your ability?
I just came in to get my food to go home. That's it, man. I ain't trying to do nothing else.
All right, it's a little bit more than that because you were passed out. So what happened?
I just came in to get my food to go home.
Your head just...
That's funny. I still remember that joke, J Hold. That's Jeff Foxworthy. I'm gonna take the dude down to what street does because he can't spell Sycamore Street. So I'm gonna take the dude down to Johnson Street. Y'all pick him up there or some shit. I forgot. Sycamore. How you spell Sycamore? Yeah, that's a funny bit.
Busted by itself?
So after
I forgot how it
threw
goes.
the nuggets at her because he's
But I remember
wrong.
it.
Who knocked him out after that?
One of the employees did. They want to see the camera. You on your way? On his way. He said he'd be here about 15.
Okay, so he threw the nuggets. So after he threw them, he stood there and kept cussing.
He was still going on and on. He would not shut up.
So and he was cussing.
And he would not leave.
And he was cussing the pregnant lady.
Yes.
And then Buddy put the hands on him. And where is he at?
I don't know.
The McDonald's dude that beat him up.
I don't know.
But he's left for the day. He's left.
I don't know if he on the property or he gone yet. I don't know.
What I learned from this video is that if you work at McDonald's, you can just knock someone the fuck out and almost kill them, and you're fine.
But he's not back here cooking food.
No, I don't see him. I came in here to get my food. That's all.
Was there any verbal altercation that happened between you and the employees?
No, because I was outside. First I was outside, and then I came in here to get my food.
Well, how'd you get...
Okay, that doesn't make any sense, bro. Clearly you were being a pain in the ass. The question is, did he deserve this treatment?
the gash on your head?
Ma'am?
How'd you get the cut on your head?
Because I was in the car.
Oh, okay.
And I came inside here.
That makes no sense at all, bro. You're still concussed, obviously.
I think I know what happened. So based off...
Here, hold on. Tell her. Ferguson. Talk to him.
So, from what everyone's saying, the pregnant lady who was taking his order, he's yelling at her, being obnoxious. She gets the nuggets, gives them to him. He gets the nuggets, throws it at. He wouldn't leave. So at some point, one of the workers from back here came around. They got to fighting, but the McDonald's guy won. And that's how he wound up busted up. So
no, they're gonna play the video, Chase. We're gonna know everything that happened. They're waiting on the video right now.
It looks like he was the primary instigator. Yes, he initiated everything. All right. So we got, and I'll get the manager's on the way to put a surveillance. Yeah, but he's about 15 minutes away. But we got disorderly conduct on him, simple battery.
He smells intoxicated, so I don't know.
Yeah. So the guy that got his ass rung, he got his bell rung, got knocked out nasty, like, he's the one that's going to get in trouble. Watch, because it's McDonald's. Like, the city is like, oh, it's McDonald's? Okay, you knocked a guy out? Oh, but it's McDonald's. Okay, so the other guy must have been the problem. Like, yeah, it's not nice to throw chicken nuggets at people, but it's also not nice to just and you'll see the video coming up. It's not like they got into the dude just walks up behind him and just blasts him from behind. He never even saw it coming.
Yeah, when I came up, he was totally passed out. So he's got a big old knot right there on his forehead.
Oh, was there a fight?
Verbal altercation where an employee took that straw thing and hit him on top of the head. But you can see he's got a little gash right there.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, just check.
You could tell this chick's seen it all. Has there been a foul? Is there a dead body? Oh, is he bloating? Oh, did he shit himself? I bet he did. I bet you she's seen it all, man.
Check him out, make sure he's good. He's probably not going to go with y'all, but cover our grounds.
He threw his nuggets at them.
Okay.
Continued acting very disorderly, cussing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently another guy knocked him out because it was starting to get physical.
So do we know what they want to do? See what they want to do. You want him barred?
Yes.
Okay. Are you Mama?
I'm who's he say we? So I need.
Oh, okay. Okay. Give him a second. He was knocked out. He got hit right here. So let EMS check him out, make sure he's good. But
so did it happen here?
Yes. We're trying to figure out what's going on and what we need to do. Okay.
A McDonald's worker now gets into another verbal argument with this lady as she's walking out.
Oh yeah. So tell me, who? I mean. I'm telling you, these McDonald's people, they got to bear some responsibility. Look at them. Look. I'm sure there was more than just he threw the chicken nuggets at me. There's something going on here.
Okay, but I'm not talking to you, grown. I got somebody on the way to you. You grown. You at work. You grown. Okay. I'm saying though, y'all don't feel like
See, this is what happens to you when you say, "Hey, can you put in some new fries? These fries are a little old and soggy." What, bitch? I'm a grown woman. Who you think you're talking to? This is what you get at McDonald's. Just go through the drive-thru, accept whatever you get, and leave quickly before they kick your ass.
Hey, you're good.
Step outside for me, okay? Let's wait for it to cool down a little bit.
Oh, why are we yelling? Man.
Come sit down. Come sit down.
Can you just make sure she's good so we don't take her to jail?
I'll keep her back here.
Okay. The pregnant lady was like, I'm getting it. He kept cursing at her while she's getting it. She brings it out, and he takes the nuggets and just throw them at her, and then starts cussing everyone else out. So they start cussing him out back. So he refused to leave. So then one of the male...
Look, I'm not familiar with the law, but throwing chicken nuggets at somebody, is it that big of a deal that you're now allowed to fucking give them brain damage for the rest of their life because they threw some chicken nuggets at you?
Guys back here came over and was like, buddy, you need to go. And they got the scuffling, but the McDonald's worker won, and that's how he wound up busted up on the table.
While waiting for the manager to arrive to watch the surveillance footage, the angry female worker from earlier comes outside and begins arguing with the suspect's family.
Okay, are you her mom?
Yeah.
Can you please take her?
She's not gonna calm down.
If she don't calm down, she may wind up going to jail.
She don't care. She already got a record. So.
Oh, okay. Now we know what the problem is. Now we know what the problem is. It's this chick right here. The mom. Oh, she already got a record. She don't care. Oh, she ain't gonna calm down. No. What do you mean calm down? No, fuck that. We're going to jail. This is the problem with 99% of the black community. It's their fucking mothers, dude. Please try to raise your children and teach them what's right and what's wrong, okay? Teach them how to behave in public. Teach them self-control. Can you do that? Please?
I'm telling you, she ADHD. She's not gonna calm down.
You can't take her home somewhere?
She works.
Hey,
She's about to go for disorderly conduct. She'll show him out.
Man.
Female cop, you're gonna need to work on that intimidation factor because it just ain't there. She better shut her mouth. Yeah, okay, we're all intimidated, lady. We're so fucking intimidated.
No.
At this point, I would have arrested every single one of these McDonald's workers. And I would have let the guy that got knocked out, I would have let him go and say, you probably got a lawsuit on your hands, son. Next time, don't throw the chicken nuggets. But yeah, you're free to go.
Okay, they're telling him back up! Tell him to back up!
Man, what you locking me up for? You see her talking?
We begged you.
Okay, you begged me. Let you know.
Doja Cat, hey, Williams!
I'm not fighting you at all.
Y'all, get him out here. I understand the reality of the arrest. Go.
Nah, arrest the mom too. The mom needs to learn a fucking lesson here. She's the problem. I almost feel bad for the daughter because when you're raised by a woman like this, like, what do you think is gonna happen, dude?
Y'all need to go.
Do you want to ban
I want him barred. Get him out of here.
All right.
Wait, that's the bad. He comes in and acts like he doesn't know that his McDonald's is a complete shithole. Where's this guy again?
Go. Y'all, get him out here.
Hey, Williams!
I'm not fighting you at all.
Y'all, get him out here.
This is the guy that's running the McDonald's. This is the manager. At least he does the right thing after the fact. He's like, get them all out of here. They're all bad. It's like, well, maybe you should hire better employees. Like, you didn't know your employees were fucking insane. I'm sure it has nothing to do with you, bro. It's just them. They're just bad.
I understand the reality of the arrest. Go.
Do you want to ban
I want him barred. Get him out of here.
All right. He wants you barred. Hey, he wants you barred. You can be barred if you don't leave. Leave right now. Leave.
Jesus Christ. Can't you just stay calm? You got cops there and shit, and you're gonna start fighting with everybody when like there's 20 cops around? Like, I mean, okay, maybe you're angry and you want to get back at somebody, and I get that. At least have the common sense to wait till the cops leave. Right? Like, have the self-control to wait till the police leave first.
I'm not fighting you at all.
Got him?
Yeah, outside the car.
Out of here.
Ma'am, come on.
I'll get her. It's okay.
We'll take it.
You're doing too much. She's talking. I'm talking.
Yo,
Man, slide in.
It's funny how like they're being arrested and they're still talking like they're the ones in control. Like somehow they can still boss the police around. You're doing too much. It's like, you shut up. You have no control at this point. You're just at the mercy of the police.
I'm not fighting y'all at all.
She's gonna pat you down. Stop yelling.
Okay, here, that's what I'm saying. Y'all sit here doing that for way. I'm not fighting y'all at all. Huh? Y'all don't hear her? Stop.
Yeah, this is why you don't eat at McDonald's anymore, Super Spurg. I mean, if you're gonna have to do it, go drive through, man. Getting it delivered is even like, the one time I had McDonald's delivered, they brought the total wrong meal. I think I ordered like some basic shit, and they brought me some family's meal, which was like 10 kids meals, and like it's like, what the fuck? And then once you get it, it's just you get it. So I ate kids meals.
All right, get in the car.
Y'all locking me up for talking? She talking
It's
too.
disorderly conduct.
Okay, but she is talking.
Sit back.
I'm sitting back, ma'am. I'm not going to fight y'all at all to do y'all job.
You're 17?
That's the best thing she said this whole time.
Yes. Ma'am, please walk away. I gotta walk away. This is my dog.
Man.
Walk away. This is my dog.
Really, you should have let the daughter go and arrested the mom for being the shittiest mother in the world.
Please go over there
Walk
for me.
away. Come on.
Please go over there.
This is my dog.
We really should start arresting the parents of these kids as well. Like if you did such a bad job raising your kid that they become a menace to society, you should probably be locked up as well.
Walk away.
Hey, I'll get her name. I'm gonna just take her.
You got her?
Yeah, I'm going 1042 or 10 to jail.
Oh, here's her airplane.
You got a rape you?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, you got that citation for us?
What citation?
The disorderly conduct?
For her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking her right now.
You can write it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
When I can get out this parking lot, I'll start talking to you. Okay? I'm trying to get out this parking lot.
So this guy tries to give her a good fatherly talk.
Yeah.
Here's the video.
Right here should be fine, just so I can see.
Watch. So this guy, I guess there's a let me watch it again. Throws the nuggets. All right, so that's out of hand. At that point, you should have been asked to leave, right? But at this McDonald's, you don't get asked to leave. Now you can't leave. Watch what happens. There's the guy behind him.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying, dude, they do not fuck around at McDonald's, bro. They do not fuck around. And then this guy, they said he was a McDonald's employee. He just left. So he just rocks this dude from behind, and then he just leaves, and the cops don't even seem to care about this dude. They're just like, well, he worked for McDonald's. They were protecting themselves. And I'm like, I don't know. This seems a little overboard to me.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
You need to learn how to control your emotions.
Hey, man, this guy, I love this guy. This is a good cop. It's not the cop's job to be your father, but Jesus Christ, a lot of these cops, they're trying.
I control my emotions.
You weren't doing it there?
Sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think I want to take you to jail when we already got a dude up in there that's throwing nuggets at a pregnant lady? Do you think I want to do this?
I know,
but you're not working with us. I begged you. I said, please, go home or go in the office. Please, I begged you. And you just kept going. You need to control your emotions, okay? At least I gave you the respect of begging you for like 15 minutes, then putting you in handcuffs.
Bro, you might need to control your emotions a little bit too, but this is a good conversation. Hopefully she fucking listens. It's like, yeah, you may not have a dad, but this guy's trying to give you some knowledge a dad would give you. Okay? Control your fucking emotions.
Using my hands without having to fucking use a weapon and bust you upside the head like a lot of these motherfuckers out here be doing. But you don't respect me back because I begged you to just relax, control your emotions. We come to work, we don't want to put motherfuckers in handcuffs, but work with us.
I want you to sign on that X citation for disorderly conduct, okay? Thank you.
So where's they?
So with what we saw on video surveillance, he was throwing food at the employees. He almost went behind there. That's why an employee hit him because he's about to turn physical.
She's just making shit up. He never acted like he was going to go behind there. He was just pissed. I don't know what. He was probably getting bad service, first of all, right? So maybe if you gave him good service, it probably would have been fine. He was probably getting bad service. And so he threw the chicken nuggets because he was drunk. He overreacted. At that point, call the police and have him removed. But no, not at this McDonald's. No. They're going to handle shit themselves.
between him and the employees, so that's when he got hit. So he's getting charged with the disorderly conduct because they instructed him to leave.
I bet you this guy's gonna end up suing the fuck out of McDonald's and probably winning something.
He didn't leave, so he just got to go to court for that. It's just a citation.
Uber Eats brought his food to the house.
And the
So
floor.
he came here looking for food, but his food was delivered to the house.
And I think that's why he got upset. So that's what started the verbal.
That makes no sense. So he ordered Uber Eats, but then they took too long to bring it to him or something. So he went to the McDonald's to get it himself or what? Like what? Or did they send him the wrong shit? Did he order Uber Eats and they gave him the wrong food or they fucking took a bite out of it? Who knows, dude? But don't order food anymore. It's not worth it. Go pick that shit up or use companies that have their own delivery drivers and aren't using these terrible services like Uber Eats and Grubhub and whatever the fucking other ones are.
Altercation, and then it almost ensued into a physical, and that's when they hit him because they're just like, hey bro, like we gave you multiple times and you're coming over here trying to be physical. He's just gonna get cited because we could have
They're just taking McDonald's side, dude. Both sides are wrong. I think that the McDonald's side is the one that escalated it to actual violence, but yet, oh, it's okay because it's McDonald's. McDonald's can knock you the fuck out and it's totally fine.
charged with a simple battery for throwing the chicken nuggets at the girl, because that can still be considered simple battery. But to make it easier tonight, and with what's going on with him, I said disorderly conduct, call it a day. And you
Sorry, MMAKO. Look, I've done deliveries before too. I did some in like 2023 when shit was really tough. I needed to make some quick money. But as a customer, man, Jesus Christ, dude, Grubhub was the worst. It was like the 10th time that they fucking marked my food as delivered and nothing showed up that I complained. And I'm like, my food's not here. I don't care. Just somebody get me my food. And then what did Grubhub do? They literally said, we're not going to refund your food because you've done this too many times. Because y'all don't deliver my food. They eat my food or deliver it somewhere else. And I have to complain. All of a sudden now I don't get a refund? Because I'm the bad guy now because I've complained too many times? At that point, I was done. I was done with that shit. I had their Grubhub premium too, so I paid like the lowest amount or whatever. Like there was no delivery charge. I only would pay a tip on the food. And yeah, this is what happens. Like I've read this story like a bunch of times. Like it's happened to a bunch of people where if you keep getting fucked over by the delivery drivers, they will just cut you off. Rather than ever addressing the delivery driver problem. They'll say, well, we don't trust you because you've done this too many times. Well, I've done this many times because this is how many times you've fucked me over.
He's just going to be barred here, so he can't come back to this McDonald's at all. So he's barred from here for 2 years. Whenever he comes home, just remind him of that so he doesn't go to jail for a stupid criminal trespass, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
We got a million people out there. We got a crime scene. We got a dude bust upside the head. The EMS lady is saying, I'm taking him to the hospital. And you up in here, we was good. We was taking him.
This guy's so mad about having to arrest this chick. Because he's right, though. It's like, what the fuck? Just keep controlling yourself. Like, it's so dumb what you just did.
Jail. We was going to get names, do a report. We was on our way. But you just kept going. You can't do this. You cannot do this stuff in public. And if it wasn't me, it was going to be someone else. And
so
if it ain't tonight, it's going to be next week because you got to fix this. You just as wrong as Buddy throwing nuggets at the pregnant lady.
Yeah, I think McDonald's is absolutely wrong. I think they're going to get sued. Dude, if that guy does not sue, because that was above and beyond. The guy came up from behind, sucker punched him. He might have even hit him with something. I don't think he hit him with just his fist. He had something in his hand. But apparently, according to the police, it's fine. McDonald's can assault you. And it's fine because it's McDonald's. They can do whatever they want. Ronald McDonald could come to your house and murder and rape your mother. And it's fine because it's McDonald's.
Well, it turns out throwing nuggets at a pregnant woman isn't just stupid, it's also the quickest way to get you knocked out in a McDonald's. Now, you know things are definitely going downhill when you can't even go to a McDonald's and have a Happy Meal with your kid without worrying about things like this popping off.
See, this guy knows his shit. This is true. Man, it's a shady situation going to McDonald's, bro.
Because we've all
It's
been there
shady.
craving for a specific food that's been on our mind all day. But imagine going into a McDonald's, you order your food, and for the first time in history, they actually get the fries perfect.
You know this guy's talking from experience too, man. That's a big thing. Like a lot of people, they will make you redo the fries. They'll be like, look, I want my fries fresh. I want them piping hot. Redo them. But you can't do that anymore because you might get knocked the fuck out.
You sit down and instead of enjoying your food, you have to deal with this. And I can speak from experience. Police cannot stand when they walk into a scene like this because it's chaotic, and on most occasions it's difficult to get straight answers of what happened. We got a male who supposedly passed out, but honestly, as soon as I laid eyes on him, I could tell he was probably knocked out because he was bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, what gave it away? What gave it away, dude?
I gotta tell you guys, this is a prime reason why I started to take my lunch while on duty, because as a cop, you might walk into a restaurant thinking you're gonna have your 30-minute lunch break, but many times you don't get to take your lunch break, especially if you walk into situations like this. But as the police were doing their investigation, it appeared like it was just business as usual, because these employees just kept working and bagging up the orders. Society is so numb to this stuff now. But this is the hard part for police, because most of the employees likely know what actually happened, but only one of them actually told police who put hands on this guy. And I've dealt with these crazy calls so many times. We arrive and start to piece everything together, but for unknown reasons, people have to keep arguing, which is what we saw here. And when you have family showing up, it always has the potential to get worse. And I've been where this cop has been, trying to explain logic to prisoners sitting in the back after we tried to avoid arresting people. They don't listen, and they try to make the police the villain. Remember, one of the most difficult things a person will learn to do in life is controlling yourself.
Dude, I think it's like, I remember, I have memories of being young and throwing temper tantrums. And I remember specifically one temper tantrum I threw. I was a big, one of the first CDs I got was the Spin Doctors. And then, you guys remember the Spin Doctors, Two Princes and all that? I was like, I don't know, I was very young. I was like 8 or 9 years old when I got it. And I was kind of a spoiled kid at that time. My dad would get me like whatever I wanted. And he realized he was spoiling me. So all of a sudden he went from spoiling me to the exact opposite. And I remember we were at Walmart and I saw the Spin Doctors had a new CD. And I wanted that CD so bad. And he refused to buy me the new new Spin Doctors album, which was probably shit, by the way. I don't think their second album was any good. But yeah, I remember throwing a temper tantrum at Walmart and he just ignored me the whole time. I think that was the last time I threw a temper tantrum. You got to deal with that shit early when they're a kid. And you got to let them know, when they start throwing temper tantrums and start misbehaving because they don't get what they want, you can't give in. You can't give in. And you can't, I think some of these women just don't know how to fucking like nip that in the butt early on, Sometimes you might need an ass whooping too, dude. I never needed an ass whooping, but all I needed was, anytime my dad was upset with me and I'd know he was upset with me, that was all I needed. That would hurt my feelings. I'd feel really bad. It would destroy me to see that my dad was mad at me. But some kids are worse. Some kids need a damn ass whooping, and we need to bring that back. We need to bring back the ass whoopings, dude. 100%. All right. We got some more, but we'll save it for tomorrow. We'll do some more this weekend. I'm gonna try my best to do one Saturday and Sunday, but if not, shit comes up on the weekends. But I'm gonna try my best. So look out for a show tomorrow and Sunday. Or join the Discord. That's where you'll get I usually let everybody know a couple hours, like around 5 or 6, whether or not I'm doing a show for sure. And then I give a notification before I go live, so you guys can see that shit. So yeah, join the Discord. The link for it is in the description. Thank you guys. It's been a fun one. Thank you everybody that super chatted. You guys were very supportive today. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back this weekend. And I'm gonna do more clips too. So look out for clips. I don't know if I'm going to get a clip out this weekend, but look out for the clips. You'll see more clips of the show. So for you guys that can't put up with the whole 2-hour plus episodes, there'll be I'll clip like the best, funniest parts or whatever for you guys. So thank you guys. We'll see you. Have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And yeah, take a load off this weekend. Take care, everybody. I'm going to play the outro and then we'll see you next time.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.
Zato, just be safe, all right? Get through that McDonald's in one piece, bro.
Have a great day.
Just whatever you do, be
my
super polite to all the
internet
McDonald's
friend.
workers, okay, Zato?
I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want no